I have started streaming, so our voices are live. There will be a delay, but this will be officially part of the podcast. So hello, we're here. This is our Christmas episode.
Oh,
Ooh.
boy, who saw us getting at episode 20? Not me.
Oh yeah, it's also episode 20. Wow.
Getting in episode 20, it's not like we're getting it's not like we were given this.
No,
I
no,
see,
no.
I see getting two, didn't I?
we've got to deal with Susan or whatever her name is, the CEO of YouTube.
Susan would probably
That'd be
pay us to
sick.
not do this.
Yeah.
And you think it's popular enough.
Yeah.
We can just hold
Hey, Susan, pay up!
Yeah.
the channel for ransom. We will stop posting.
Pay up or we keep uploading.
Yeah. And don't think you could just take down the channel. We'll make new ones. Come on.
Yeah.
We're smarter than that, Susan. Oh my goodness. This heat is not gonna last, but I figured I should wear the beanie at least at the beginning. But I'm already starting to sweat.
Let's be festive. Why isn't this showing up? Oh, there it is. I'm on the wrong stupid tab. Okay.
I like it.
Oh yeah.
I don't like beanies in general though. I
What the
have
hell's wrong with beanies?
I have this hat. It looks fucking awful because it's a stupid Grinch hat. But
Hey, fuck you. Grinch is great.
yeah, but it's not a quality, good-looking hat. It's like the Grinch's face. It's terrible. But it has like flaps and it comes down over like my ears and stuff, and it's like it covers so much more of my head than a beanie does, and
Well,
more comfortably.
I disagree more comfortably. I hate those flap ones with the string because the strings go everywhere and stuff, and I don't like that. But like a beanie has enough, like it's covering my ears right now, like, and I can pull it down further on my ears. So like I've never found that like beanies don't cover my ears.
It doesn't cover my ears. Beanies, they don't cover my ears comfortably without squishing my glasses, which I don't like. Or
yeah, I'm not wearing my glasses right now.
And even when it does cover my ears, there's still like some cheek that beanies miss that hat can get.
Yeah, well, I have a beard in the winter, so
I can't find a good version of that hat anywhere.
well, that's
I'm like, I want a new hat that looks like not.
To be fair,
trashy.
those hats, if you can grow a beard, those hats are useless. They're garbage, and they look worse.
Well, I can't grow a beard.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, yeah, fair for you. But those things, I hate how the flaps look, and I hate the strings and stuff too. Like a lot of them have strings on the flaps. I guess so you can like tie it like that, but I hate.
Yeah, and also just to weight the straps down. I've got mine so the strings are tied like they're just on the back of the neck, so they're not like dangling down in front of me when I'm bending over to do stuff. But yeah.
So I thought I knew what you guys are talking. What is this hat called? I don't think I know what we're actually talking about. Upon
it's like
I'll
pull up an image. RJ, go off.
Like there's like a Peruvian hat that like is like the same kind of style. It's basically like a beanie, but it has like flaps that extend down over your ears.
But it's not like one of those like fur ones that I can't remember the name of. That's
no, the Ushankas.
Yeah, it's not that.
Those look fucking terrible.
That's not what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about Ushankas.
This is the hat I'm picturing. There's going to be a delay, but I just brought it up on the screen.
Okay. Because you like started to talk about the strings, I'm like, okay, yeah, but I thought those were mostly decorative. When we started talking about tying them, I totally lost the plot. I'm like,
I've seen people tie them.
Like that.
I've seen people tie them. I don't like this.
Maybe, like I said, maybe I'm not thinking the right hat.
Yeah. Do you see the one on the screen now, Rabbit?
No.
There
we go.
Please, I win.
Yeah.
People tie those? Those are too short to tie.
I've seen people tie them.
Yeah, you can tie those.
Yeah.
On that hat, those might be a little short.
Yeah. But there were more examples with longer ones.
A lot of these hats have even longer.
Yeah.
I feel like kids who I see wearing them were just like put the little ends in their mouths.
Exactly. Yeah. They were very chewable as a kid.
They're cool design. I never had one. The patterns are cool, but I don't really care for the
Yeah,
That's
yeah. I
Yeah.
don't need the
Yeah.
extra flaps personally, so I don't like the extra flaps with the strings.
I need the extra flaps. I'm a very cold person.
Well,
You guys
I
don't
think
chew
it's
on
more
stuff?
of just like the
Very little
beard.
body heat.
Yeah, like you do definitely like get colder than I do, but I've been getting more cold. Like I need a beanie and like I prefer a scarf to go out now, but like the beard, I like this area is never a problem for obvious reasons because the beard does enough.
Yeah. I've
It's like-
been
it's like
considering
Shagway.
breaking down and getting a beanie just because like I don't want to buy a hat online
Mm-hmm.
and like it comes and it's too tight.
Yeah, yeah. I got a
Or do you have
Carhartt
the
beanie
best-
recently.
Too
That's very good.
loose.
Mm-hmm. So,
Wait. Were you guys the kind of, just to jump back, were you
Mhm.
guys the kind of kids that like chewed on stuff in school?
No.
yeah,
Pens
I
and
never
whatnot?
did that ever.
yeah,
I never understood people who did that.
yeah.
I also never understand. Explain it to us, George.
It's
What's
just
the appeal of chewing on stuff?
it just gives you something to do. I think it comes from being like like I've been told that I show like symptoms of like ADD or ADHD. I've never been formally diagnosed, but like I think it's like part of that. Like I like having stuff to do with my hands. That's why I knit. Like
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
just-
But
I
you
fucking-
better than
I-
putting random shit in your
every
mouth,
time-
though.
Every time we do
yeah,
this
but it's like the
podcast,
same thing.
I'm currently just playing with one of my rings.
But you're not like chewing on your microphone. It's different.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it scratches the
Like-
same itch. Sure, it's a different method for scratching that itch, but it's the same
Yeah.
itch.
No, I know, and I'm saying like, why don't kids realize that that's kind of I don't know. Kids are gross in general, but like
I mean, I
it's
still
just-
chew on stuff. Like I'll chew on straws and stuff like that. Or like
That's-
if
Yeah,
I
you
have a
do
pen,
that.
You're not.
if I have a pen, like I'll chew on the end of a pen. Like I'll chew on stuff
Oh,
still.
no.
Yeah. Like-
Oh,
Just like writing anything in school is just that you then have to like touch with your hands, to use it. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah. To me, it's just like I don't know, exposure to more germs, strengthen my immune system, man.
That's not how any of that works.
No. I'm getting all the germs.
yeah.
Then I'll be used to
Immune
all the
system's gonna
diseases.
be bussin'.
Oh yeah, baby. I got so much
Something will be
immune
busted.
gains. You have like no immune gains, right?
You should
I don't
start
think I
looking
exist.
doorknobs.
yeah.
I exist in cyberspace.
Yeah. Oh, so
I just have to not click on any sketchy links. All right, keep
Yeah,
going.
you should start following sketchy links to build your firewall systems.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's how it works, right? Trust me.
Go to whatever fucking scam site the porn bot we had.
Oh
on
yeah,
Thursday.
XXX girls.
Turn off all
site,
your firewalls, all your defense systems, and
which
just
I probably shouldn't shout out.
yeah. Oh.
Yo, shout
You're our
out
number
to
one fan. I gotta
Shout
do
out to the
justice.
bot that spammed us a few episodes ago. Still don't know the name of the site. We think it was XXX something dot site. But go get your horny on, guys. I mean, they clearly deserve it. They're botting
Yeah.
people.
You
Okay.
can't trust people in YouTube chat. Who can you trust?
Best
Yeah.
computer virus I've ever received.
All right. Do we want to move on to the World Cup? The most watched sporting event in the world.
Spoilers. Messi won.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Messi finally got his World Cup. So excited for him. It was such an intense match. Like holy
Banger
crap.
game.
Can you believe when is Messi set to go to the US?
Is he going to the US? Oh yeah.
Didn't
He's going
didn't
to.
you say?
I think he's going
I
Inter
heard that from
Milan.
you.
Yeah, I think he's going to Inter Milan, or not Milan. Inter Miami.
Why is he going to Miami?
Yeah, Messi to Miami. Lionel Messi joining MLS will be like David Beckham at LA Galaxy. Someone said.
It'll be a lot bigger than that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He's playing for some
David
American team.
Beckham was never the best soccer player on the planet.
Oh wait, this other article from November says Lionel Messi has not agreed a deal to join Inter Miami, despite reports suggesting that he's close to doing so.
Yeah, I would hope not. I feel like he's got better things to do. I don't know.
Nah.
Vacation
I think it's
is
still
great.
up in the air. It's not It's not for sure. An article for 2 days ago saying Lionel Messi could join Inter Miami in 2023, but
Joining
it's
the
not set in stone.
joining the MLS actually seems like the ideal retirement for like a really big
Oh yeah, definitely.
retirement for like a really big name soccer player
Mhm.
because um you get to like spend all your time in a place that like doesn't have enough fans of your sport for them to like be an issue for you.
Yeah, yeah. Like you can walk
Like,
down the street in most
Yeah.
places.
You can just become a normal guy and you're still paid like a boatload of money
I think they've
to
been.
continue doing, or at least decent money to continue doing
I
I was
think.
gonna say,
the sport.
I think soccer players have been doing it since Pele. I believe. Yeah, Pele played for the New York Cosmos in his last 2 seasons,
Yeah,
so they've been doing it since the 70s, or probably before. But
it's genius.
yeah, just
I mean, you might
coming
as
to
well.
the U.S. to
And at
retire.
at the same time, I feel like if you're out of athletes who could be recognized like on the street, I feel like soccer players probably they're a little more human looking than
Mm,
some people. Like if you're in the NBA, people are gonna know.
yeah,
But like
yeah,
Messi could probably get away with it with like a hat on.
yeah. And Messi looks like just like your average white
He's
dude.
just a guy.
Yeah, I don't Shaquille O'Neal is not blending into any crowd
No,
anywhere.
Yeah, no,
unfortunately, no.
yeah.
Huh? Huh?
But I don't think he minds. I think he likes being the center of attention. Not
Yeah,
that
he
that's a
probably
bad
Yeah.
used to
thing,
it.
but yeah,
He had, I mean, he kind of has to.
yeah,
Like I
yeah.
feel like either Shaquille O'Neal likes being the center of attention, or like I don't know, he's gone off the deep end, or like like done something insane because he just has to be. Like he can't get around it at this point.
Yeah, yeah,
Like whether he's willing to be or not, he will be the center of attention.
yeah, yeah. Well, I guess if you could like buy a remote island and then move there
Yeah,
with all this, with enough supplies to survive,
yeah.
go off the grid.
Something that like I guess I didn't really think about that being the case for um, real sports. The whole hey, I'm kind of towards the end. I'm towards the climax of my career. Let me move to the U.S. and just kind of coast and get paid a shit ton of money.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
happens a lot with league,
Uh,
especially like obviously
They copied soccer.
dummies.
kind well I guess so, but like the game is made in the U.S. Like a lot of like the support system is around in like it's in LA and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then I don't know a lot of like Korean and Chinese players after they have like a couple decent seasons, some of them just kind of take the paycheck and
Come over here.
chill here,
Yeah, yeah,
for
and
lack of a better
it
word.
makes
Some of
sense
them are
because
still
like
competitive, but other ones are. It's like towards the end of their careers.
yeah, I mean it makes sense. I mean if you look at like a game like Rocket League, it's like you can really only stay competitive for like a few years before like 15-year-olds are just fucking slapping you. And so and one of the most natural next steps in a career path like that would be like to a content creator. Like, go
Maybe
professional
join a
for a couple
team or do
years.
like coaching
Yeah.
or something,
Yeah, something like that. But like
or broadcast.
But I feel like a lot of coaches or casters are also like content creators on the side as well.
Yeah,
It's just such an easy way to like get some of
there's
your own
demand. Yeah, if
revenue.
there's demand for it, it's like you might as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's like if you already have notoriety, you might as
Yeah,
well
if you already have
capitalize on it.
you already have a following, might as
hmm
well.
But anyway, back to the soccer. Like it was like every time you thought it was over, France was just like nah, and specifically Mbappe was like nah, it ain't it ain't over.
France is gonna be a menace
For years to come.
France
for
is
years.
already a menace.
I mean,
France won the last
But now
World
they're
Cup.
pissed.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Now they're
like
angry.
it's gonna be like Brazil in the 60s and 70s with Pele. It's just like France
Yeah.
with Mbappe. It really is. Unless he gets like some crazy injury or something, or really falls off.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
he is
Mhm.
absolutely incredible. Won the World Cup in 19, Golden Boot at like what 23 or whatever. Crazy.
And you said his brother is
Yeah, his
his
brother.
like younger brother
Yeah,
is like
just debuted for his
already
team.
the next Mbappe.
Yeah, like people
He's
are
only
like
like
really hyping him up, like he's gonna be really good as well. And he just made his debut for Mbappe's team, Paris Saint-Germain, PSG. He just made his senior debut, like a
PSG.
week ago or so.
PSG is the current PSG the most stacked team of all time.
I'm pretty. It's owned by some. I'm not gonna say it wrong. I know it's like a Middle Eastern oil
Oil
prince
or
or something
whatever.
like that, but I
Yeah.
don't know
Don't
exactly.
They're
they own
probably
all
not. That's probably not the
teams.
only team in a similar situation.
Yeah, it's
but-
owned by Qatar Sports Investments, so it's owned by
Yeah.
Qatar. So, yeah. So in short, yeah, they're pretty much one of the most stacked teams in the world. I mean, like there are a couple other teams that have like ridiculous financing. The go-to example is Man City, who got bought
Yeah.
out by I think by Saudi Arabia, and they've just been pumping money into it since like 2010 or before. I can't remember when the takeover was, but like the past decade plus, they've just been spending ridiculous amounts of money. Man City.
People out here playing.
Are
FIFA
you an
dreaming of
Arabian
their
oil
life.
prince? Then it's time to get your hands on
A soccer team.
an international level soccer team.
That's literally what
Was
they
one
do.
of many fine contenders, including
Oh my god. But just to call out a goal in particular, that second Mbappe goal, I think it was the second, the one that wasn't a penalty, was incredible. And like, he like half volleyed it, like just off the
Yeah, it was close to the
ground.
ground, but he one-touched it. Right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
oh my god, and it just whizzed by the keeper.
Having any sort of accuracy with that.
It's crazy. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Has there how do you know how often like is it rare that finals go to PKs?
Semi rare, but not like
Unheard of.
Not like unheard of. I know Italy France went to penalties and Italy won on penalties. That might be the most recent one. Spain didn't. They won in extra time, 1-0. I don't think either of the other ones did, 2018 or 2014.
I remember the Germany final being really like slow.
Yeah, it was really
So that
boring.
would have been 1-0.
Yeah, it was also in extra time. So 2010 and 2014 went into extra time, but not penalty kicks.
Like that was like I was so excited to watch that, especially since like we had watched the fucking Costa Rica versus Greece game that same year,
Mhm.
and like, oh my god, was that dull.
So yeah, the last time it went to penalties was also with France. It was and they also lost. They do not like going to penalties in the final, France. They lost to Italy.
Score in regular time. Easy.
Yeah. Well, they did with a 7-minute
Are we
penalty.
France?
Wait, are we France?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They can't do.
They can't win in
They
overtime.
can't do. Yeah, they can't win in overtime.
What the hell? That's like us in Rocket League for people who don't
Yeah.
understand the context.
That includes me. I have no idea what you're talking
Yeah, I figured. Okay, do we want to move on to AI stories or anything else on the World Cup? Oh, one more thing. That like France could have like they had a shot with the last kick of the game. I can't remember the player. Pardon me, but they basically had a shot with the last kick of the game, or virtually the last kick, like 124 minutes into extra time or whatever the hell, and the goalie saved it with his leg. And so it went into penalties. So that could have easily gone by him, and then it could have just been France wins 4-3. But that's not how that didn't happen in this multiverse. Maybe in a different one.
Somebody stepped on the butterfly.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. Anything anyone else wants to add before we move on?
I'm ready. I'll be ready again in 4 years to care about soccer.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I'll
Or
be ready.
professional soccer. I like soccer, but I'm not going to watch games.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Oh no. I lost something. Well, it's fine because I screenshotted
Do you
them.
use a tab?
No, I lost a tab, but I screenshotted them for this exact
Control
situation.
Shift T.
It was a while ago. I think
Oh.
I searched over it without thinking
Ah,
a little while.
I cannot help you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I have a few stories. I over prepared because I didn't want it to be like Last
In case they
episode?
were all shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like last.
Wait, what did we?
I had weird news, and all of them were kind of surface level, and we only did 3, and we barely talked about them. So my segment was like 20 minutes, if that.
Oh, I thought you meant like specifically a story. Okay, yeah, no, you're fine. I
Okay. So I have a Rocket League? I made it make us a Rocket League one. One about
let's
us.
start with Rocket League.
Okay, Rocket League it is.
So are you just gonna Are you just gonna go top to bottom? Or are we gonna chime in, or do you want to just get through it?
I guess just do what feels right.
All right. Well, RJ's gonna interrupt. I'll try to restrain myself.
Okay. It was Christmas Eve, and all the Rocket League players were getting ready for their annual holiday tournament. The arena was decorated with twinkling lights and festive banners, and the air was filled with the sound of car engines revving and boosters firing. As the players warmed up on the field, a strange thing...
Hold on. Did you give the AI the thing about rocket boosters, or does it know what Rocket League is?
I just said, I wish I had the prompt on here. I'm pretty sure all I said was write a Christmas story about Rocket League.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So it knows what Rocket League is.
You'll see it
at
doesn't
least to
exactly,
a degree.
Yeah, to a degree. As the players warmed up on the field, a strange thing began to happen. The ball, which was usually a bright, glowing orb, started to shimmer and change colors. It turned from orange to green to red, and then it finally settled on a deep, shimmering blue. No one had ever seen the ball like this before, and everyone was wondering what it could mean. Some players speculated it was a special holiday ball, while others thought it might be a glitch in the system. As the tournament got underway, the blue ball seemed to have a mind of its own. It zigzagged across the field, avoiding every attempt to hit it. It was as if it was alive, dancing and dodging in a way that seemed almost impossible. The players were having a hard time keeping up with it, and the crowd began to get restless. They had come to see a thrilling game of Rocket League, not a strange, elusive ball that seemed determined to evade capture. Just when
magic ball, what the fuck?
The snitch.
Boring.
Okay.
Let's get a regular ball in there.
Just when it seemed like things couldn't get any stranger, a small, brightly lit spaceship appeared in the sky above the arena. It descended onto the field, hovering just above the blue ball. As the players and crowd watched in amazement, a group of tiny elf-like creatures emerged from the spaceship and began to play with the ball. They kicked it back and forth, laughing and cheering as they chased it around the field. The Rocket League players were astonished by this turn of events. They have never seen anything like it before, and they didn't know what to do. Should they try to join in the game, or just sit back and watch? In the end, they decided to join in the fun. They teamed up with the elves and played a wild and wacky game of Rocket League that no one would ever forget. It was the most memorable Christmas tournament in the history of the game, and it was all thanks to that mysterious, shimmering blue ball.
It's a lot more thanks to the fucking aliens.
Yeah, the alien
They're
elves.
clearly elves.
They're alien elves.
But they're also tiny, despite the Rocket League ball being bigger than a car.
Well, RC car.
RC car.
I'm pretty sure they're RC cars.
Yeah, so I guess...
I don't know if anyone's ever done the math to figure out what the exact dimensions are of a Rocket League car to determine exactly how large they are.
You could tell. You could time the speed of a shot and then judge it by like the miles per hour it gives you, because it tells you a miles per hour, and then you could use that to determine what space you shot over or whatever. But who has enough time to do all that?
Yeah, not me.
Yeah, certainly not me.
And nobody who gives a shit about Rocket League.
Yeah. Oh, so
I don't think it's been done yet.
What did we think about the story?
I thought it was going to be like a biblically accurate angel, but also a Rocket League ball or something. I thought it was going to sprout wings and be like, "Be not afraid."
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, that was it. When I first read it, I was just like, what? And then I was like, what? When the aliens came out,
I thought it was going to get
actually surprisingly good. Fairly well paced.
Mm-hmm.
Like
much better than
not really Christmas though.
Yeah, I guess. Like,
I don't know. They're elves.
yeah, there were elves, and it was a holiday tournament, whatever that means. So I'll give it to the bot. I guess we should rate the bot.
The flashed colors. That's pretty Christmassy.
Yeah, it was red. It went
Also,
from
just
red to
Rocket
green.
League.
Yeah. So what,
The bot knew more about Rocket League than it did about Christmas.
yeah, that is kind of weird. The bot's a Rocket League head. Okay, so
Yeah.
so what would we rate this out of 5 wreaths?
Oh, God, I need to hear the I need to hear the other ones first and then decide.
Oh, do we want to rate
That
them all
could
at the
be the
end?
best one by a mile, and I don't know it.
So do we
I
want
don't
to
know.
rate them at the end?
I'm sitting comfortably at like 4 wreaths.
Yeah, I'd give that a 4.
4.
Yeah, I'd give it a 4
Yeah.
as well.
I mean, it was
It looks-
cohesive. I think I don't want to base it off the like.
How-
We're talking like
how
compared to the
legible it was.
Reddit stories. That's a easy 4.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. We got to compare
think I'm gonna go
apples to
with-
apples.
I feel like
Okay,
it gets
fair.
docked a wreath for lack of Christmassiness.
Yeah.
2 for me.
Okay,
Two for
Not
you.
Christmassy enough.
fair enough. So do we want the Murder Man story next? Do we want the one with us 3 or one of the random ones?
Oh my god.
I think Murder Man should go third.
Which
We
one?
need to warm up.
Murder Man should go third? Okay.
Third.
Do we want the one about us or just like a random weird one? Okay. It was Christmas Eve, and RJ, Ryobi, and George were sitting around their podcast studio trying to come up with ideas for the next
I wish
episode.
we had a studio.
Yeah, I know. Suddenly, RJ had an
Wanna pay rent
epiphany.
on it? I don't.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, especially with 0 income. But anyway, that's besides the point. Suddenly, RJ had an epiphany. Guys, I know exactly what we should do for our Christmas episode, he exclaimed. We should all dress up as Santa and go around spreading holiday cheer to everyone in town.
Not great podcast material, but like if we were vlogging, maybe.
Yeah.
Vlog, yeah.
Yeah.
Vlogging.
Ryobi and George looked at each other skeptically, but RJ was already pulling out red suits. Red and white suits from his closet. Come
You
on.
see what you're missing out by not living here in the real world with us, Ryobi?
Yeah,
We could be doing this.
No, you just cart me around on a laptop. Just
oh
carry
my
me.
god, that'd be so funny.
Yes.
RJ are Santa and he's just on some like
You just put a Santa hat over the top of the screen.
What if we do get an actual studio? we just set Ryobi up
as an iPad.
like as a laptop in front of a mic.
That would probably make for awful audio. So we'd have to.
No,
the joke
just-
is there.
it's-
but
it's
we
just
can't
for the
actually set up
video.
The audio like that.
Well, yeah, it's just for the video. Like we'll just get your audio
Mic's
directly.
unplugged.
Yeah,
the mic's unplugged.
Yeah, the mic's just a prop.
It's a drawing.
Okay. Come on, it'll be fun, RJ said. So the trio donned their Santa suits and set out on the snowy streets of Redacted. They went, well, wait, you already said Michigan. Okay, the streets of Michigan. They went from door to door, singing carols and handing out gifts to everyone they encountered. But as they were walking down the street, they noticed something strange. All of the houses seemed to be decorated with green and red lights, but none of them had any Christmas trees. Where are all the Christmas trees? George asked, confused. Just then, they heard a faint jingling in the distance. They followed the sound and found a group of elves huddled around a large tree. What's going on here? RJ asked.
Fucking elves!
I know. We can't escape them. Santa's sleigh broke down, or I should do an elf voice. Santa's sleigh broke down, and he needs our help to deliver all the presents. One of the elves replied. Without hesitation, RJ, Ryobi, and Jord offered to help. They loaded up the sleigh with presents and set off into the night. As they flew through the sky, they encountered all sorts of obstacles. They had to dodge falling snowflakes.
Do we?
Do
we need to dodge that?
That also seems impossible. You can't dodge those.
So
Yeah, you can dodge some of them. You'll just hit other ones.
Yeah, exactly.
this AI knows more about Rocket League than it does about snowflakes.
No, you just gotta go like name of the wind and just like dodge all the leaves blowing off the tree. Just dodge all the raindrops falling from the sky. Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah. Avoid crashing into rooftops seems pretty easy. Just stay high. and even fought off a group of naughty reindeer who were trying to steal the presents.
Oh, like that. Oh, like that one bit.
Why are there these like, I don't, what's the word, mutinous
Horny reindeer?
No, mutinous reindeer that are like turning against Santa.
I know it's supposed to be like naughty and nice, but when it says naughty reindeer, that just makes me feel things.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't
horny.
like that at all.
Oh.
I like it a lot.
Yeah. But in the end, they blah blah blah. But in the end, they successfully delivered all the presents to all the good boys and girls. And as they flew back home, they couldn't help but feel a sense of pride and holiday cheer. That was the best Christmas ever, Ryobi exclaimed. Definitely one for the books, George agreed. Next year, let's do it all again, RJ added, grinning from ear to ear. And so the trio of friends spent the rest of the night celebrating their holiday adventure and planning for next year's Christmas Eve escapades. They never recorded a podcast.
I was gonna say, yeah. AI doesn't know what a podcast is, but that was at least 200% more Christmas than the other.
We did the job of Santa.
For no reason.
Also, they didn't explain why the Christmas tree's missing. That never came back.
Christmas trees.
Also,
They're still missing.
Why did the elves say why Santa wasn't there in the first place? Like, they say Santa's sleigh broke down and he needs help, but they were at his sleigh, so
yeah.
right?
So what are we in? What are we flying around?
They killed Santa.
These murderous elves.
I think Santa's just hungover.
Yeah, he's like, get some suckers to do my job.
He's dropping out presents in Detroit.
In two different stories. If the elves show up in the Murder Man story, it'll like they're the actual villains for sure.
Yeah, the only common factor.
Don't trust these guys.
All right, are we ready to move on to Murder Man?
Wait, what are we rating that?
Oh yeah, we gotta rate it.
That's a 4 out of 5 for me for sure.
I would give that one. I don't know. There's a lot of holes, and like we never did a podcast, and like they never addressed the cheat.
But it does have more Christmas.
3 out of 5.
I'll give it.
That's worse than the Rocket League one?
Why didn't we do a podcast? Where's the fucking trees?
yeah. I can see that, but I'll give it a 4 as well.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Are we ready for the main event, the return of Murder Man? It was Christmas Eve.
Wait, are we allowed to do... He's not our character.
Yeah, but I mean, he's owned by a Redditor who got like 5 upvotes, so I don't know.
Oh no, if they
get sued.
Yeah.
What's for murder?
That would be very funny. Probably funnier than anything we've ever said on the show.
Yeah, think how much content we could get out of that lawsuit. I'd say it's worth.
I mean, yeah.
For real. If this
usernames on that.
If this
that
episode
post.
somehow blew up and became a thing worth suing us about,
yeah, then who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah. Okay. It was Christmas Eve, and the small town of Millifield was bustling with excitement. Children were hanging up their stockings, families were decorating their trees, and everyone was in good cheer. But as the night grew darker, a feeling of dread began to settle over the town. A mysterious stalker had been terrorizing the residents, leaving a trail of bloody murders in his wake. No one knew who he was or where he came from. They all knew his
tone shift in about a sentence. Everyone was having holiday cheer. However, there were those murders that kept happening. All right, let's see how this resolves. AI, show me what you got.
No one knew who he was or where he came from, but they all knew his catchphrase. I'm Murder Man. As the hours ticked by, people began to feel sick to their stomachs. Some attributed it to the rich holiday food, but others knew it was the work of Murder Man. They could sense his
gives people indigestion. Oh, that is the thing he does. Wait a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
He brought it back.
They could sense his presence lurking in the shadows and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. When the stroke of midnight arrived, Murder Man emerged from the darkness, armed with his dark dagger and supernatural abilities. He began to stalk his victims, slinking through the night undetected. No one was safe from his wrath, and the town was thrown into chaos.
I'm hooked.
As the bodies piled up, the people of Millifield knew they had to do something to stop the madman. But no matter how hard they tried, they couldn't seem to catch him. It was as if he were a ghost, slipping through their grasp and disappearing into the night. And so the reign of Murder Man continued, a terrifying reminder of the dangers that lurk in the darkness of Christmas Eve. As the town lived in fear of Murder Man, rumors began to spread about his true identity. Some said he was a vengeful spirit seeking revenge for a wrong done to him in life. Others claimed he was a demon, summoned from the depths of hell to spread chaos and destruction. Despite the speculation, no one could come up with a concrete theory about who Murder Man really was. He seemed to appear out of nowhere, and no one had seen his face. All anyone knew was that he was a ruthless killer, and he showed no mercy to his victims. As the holiday season came to an end, the town of Millifield was left to pick up the pieces. The streets were empty, the houses were silent, and the only sound was the howling wind. The once cheerful town had been transformed into a ghost town, haunted by the memory of Murder Man. But as the years passed, the town began to heal. The people of Millifield learned to live with the fear. They eventually moved on with their lives. They never forgot about Murder Man, but they also knew that he couldn't haunt them forever. And so, the legend of Murder Man became just that, a legend, told to frighten children and warn them of the dangers of the dark. But deep down, everyone knew that the mysterious stalker was still out there, waiting to strike again on another Christmas Eve. Thoughts?
Okay, I think he kind of lost the plot a little bit. He just started repeating himself about what the townspeople thought.
Yeah.
They didn't get into any specifics.
I totally fucked up in the prompt though. I forgot to say that he I did
people.
Yeah, I forgot the whole thing with the phone, and I totally dropped the ball on that. So it was partially the AI, but partially my fault.
That one came out better than the previous Murder Man story. You had the AI right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this one better.
Yeah, it was definitely fun, but I wish I had added into the prompt that his real target is people who don't answer their damn phones.
Yeah, maybe we should have done something to get it to introduce more characters like we did for your last one, because then it actually has conversation and such.
Yeah, that's true.
We needed a protagonist to go along with the antagonist.
I'm kind of surprised there weren't elves that showed up.
Yeah.
Fuck, is Murder Man an elf?
He might be.
Murder Man is an elf. So I have a couple more. We were not really pressed for time.
Well, do we have anything else to add?
Oh yeah, that's true. And we got to rate still.
We do have to rate.
Yeah, I'm just pissed at myself for not putting the call one.
Nah, it's okay.
Yeah.
The AI could have done.
The AI should have known that.
It could have taken more artistic liberties, you know?
Yeah, it was
really what Murder Man's all about.
Yeah, it was good, but it really was just kind of. It didn't add anything interesting. Like anything that was interesting, I added. It didn't add anything interesting. I give that like a 2, 1.5 maybe.
Yeah, once it ran out of George's details, it kind of just repeated the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. I agree.
That's probably a 1 compare. I think the Rocket League one was a little. Maybe it's about on par with the Rocket League one. I guess that's also a 2.
Okay, I give that a 1.5. RJ?
I'll give it a 2.
Okay. All right. Once upon a time, on Christmas Eve, a giant hamster dressed in a Santa suit emerged from a portal in the sky and landed on the rooftop of a toy factory.
Okay. Before you go any further, what the fuck was the prompt for this?
Write a story that
Wait,
write a
funnier
story
if we don't know.
Okay, should I say it at the end, maybe?
Maybe.
Okay. Once upon a Christmas Eve, a giant hamster dressed in a Santa suit emerged from a portal in the sky and landed on the rooftop of a toy factory. The hamster, who called himself Santa Hamster,
yeah. Okay. I'm
had
following.
come to deliver presents to... Presidents? No.
Presidents?
No.
Handed out those fat Benjamins? those fat stacks.
He's handing out dead prezzies like it was nothing. No.
Yeah, he's just
come
making
to,
it rain
to deliver
on good little
presents
boys and girls.
to all the
I was
good
thinking
boys and
actual
girls.
presidents.
It just
How
have a
many?
Nixon.
There's not that many. He's gonna have to borrow some from other countries.
Oh yeah, you can go all around the world.
Yeah. Start picking up class presidents.
He throws George Washington, and it's just a skeleton.
CEOs. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All the good boys and girls of the world. However, as he descended down the chimney, he accidentally tripped and fell into a vat of green goo that was being used to make slime toys.
That stuff's the worst.
Yeah, it is.
Uh-huh.
As he thrashed around in the goo, Santa's hamster suit became covered in slime.
Wait, hamster suit?
No. Santa's hamster's suit.
Santa hamster suit.
Yeah, his name is Santa Hamster, so Santa Hamster's the hamster's suit. Yeah,
I understand. I'm on board again.
Okay, became covered in slime, and he began to transform into a giant slimy monster. The elves inside the elves.
The elves make a return. It's their slime, of course.
Yeah.
Evil mad
I'm
scientist.
convinced now that Murder Man is an elf. There's no other explanation for the fact that they didn't mention elves.
He's a phantom
in
elf.
the Murder Man.
You can't prove he's
Murder
not
Man's
an elf.
Yeah.
story.
No one could grab him, and no one could unmask him. The elves inside the toy factory were terrified and ran away, leaving all the presents behind. Santa Hamster, now known as Slime Monster, rampaged through the tree.
Oh, come on, AI. You can do better than that.
Rampaged through the streets, leaving a trail of slime wherever he went. Children everywhere were delighted by the bizarre creature and begged.
Okay. So, okay.
Okay, this is a 5 out of 5 reads right now.
Children everywhere.
Hold on.
Perfect story.
Where does it go? It could drop the ball. We'll see.
Children everywhere were delighted by the bizarre creature, and they begged their parents to take them to see Slime Monster.
6 out of 10. 6 out of 5.
Eventually, Slime Monster grew tired of causing chaos and decided to return to the portal in the sky. As he flew away, he waved goodbye to all the children and shouted, "Merry Christmas, everyone! Don't forget to brush your teeth and eat your vegetables!" And with that, he vanished back into the portal, never to be seen again.
Okay, you have to tell me what prompt you
Yeah,
used.
what did you give it?
Write a story that makes no sense at all. The story should also be about Christmas.
By those metrics, A+.
Yeah.
AI.
5.
Yeah, I give that a 5 out of
guess
5.
6 out of 5.
Santa Hamster Slime Monster is a weapon to surpass Metal Gear, and a weapon to it's a character to rival Murder Man. I think. I think he might have to make a return too.
Yeah. Santa
Dude, if I could
Hamster.
fucking draw, I would draw him.
Oh yeah, I wish I could draw. Okay.
Giant? Is he even a giant hamster? Or is he just a regular small ass hamster?
He's a giant hamster.
I think he's a giant hamster. Let's see.
Okay, and he's
Not
also
anymore.
like
He's Slime Monster.
he's also like a
Yeah, giant hamster.
sci-fi like ooze monster thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but also a hamster in a Santa suit.
Yeah. I
Kinda
picture
dig
it
it.
as sort of like transparent slime where it's like it's a slime monster, but you can still kind of see through it that there's like just a little hamster in there with a Santa suit on. That's how I was picturing it.
I imagine he fell in this slime and immediately turned into green muck.
Yeah, I'm imagining like
honestly
Muck
better.
where he's kind of has like a shape, but he also has like a Santa hat and like a hamster face.
That's funny. That's better. That's better.
I just imagine he completely dropped off his entire previous aesthetic and just turned into like
Goo.
a green blob.
Yeah. Okay, I have one last one. Are you ready? Let's wrap this up.
So wait, that was that 5s all around?
Yeah, I think I gave it a 5. Why'd you give it a 6?
Yeah,
You
I'll
get
give it a
You can't.
6.
He's cheating. He's breaking the rules. Okay. We'll consider that in the league records. We'll consider that a 5, but he's giving it a 6.
Yeah, it's in first place regardless. I don't anticipate much else getting 3
Yeah.
5s.
Especially not this
Yeah.
piece of shit story. No, I'm just kidding. I can't even remember if it's bad, but like, okay. It was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, except for Mrs. Claus. Or maybe I'm supposed to say like Klaus, so it rhymes. I'm gonna say Klaus, so it rhymes. 1 second. It was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, except for Mrs. Klaus. No, I mean it is Mrs. Claus, but that doesn't rhyme with house. Klaus.
Yeah, it's a change house. Change
So-
house.
No,
Halls?
you should say
And all
halls.
through the halls.
Okay.
And all through the halls.
It was the night before Christmas, and all through the Haws?
Hoss.
Not a Haas. Not a creature
All
was
through the
stirring,
sauce.
except for Mrs. Claus. That didn't even sound like a... Well, let's move on. She was frantically running around, trying to finish all of her last-minute preparations for the big day. As she bustled about, she couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. She couldn't
wait
put
a
her
minute,
finger on
sorry.
it.
Stop rhyming.
How do you have this is your entire job. This is your one thing you do. How are you still making last minute preparations?
Yeah,
You
what
do
the
this
hell?
every year.
Also, you have all year. Like, what the hell?
You have all year.
Come on, Mrs. Claus.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna be honest. If I worked 1 day of the year, I would be doing everything the midnight before that day.
Yeah. That's fair, actually. Whenever I have like a class where they're like, okay, there's a paper due at the last
like-
day of this class. I'm telling you now, you have access to it the entire time. And then I'm like, last week of class, oh shit, the paper.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like 100%, I'd be like, nah, cut all year. I can I
Yeah.
can time. No,
Yeah.
you know what? Like a week is a week is plenty of time. It's like more than it seems. Like,
Yeah.
oh
Week in
shit,
hour terms.
or like I'd get like a little like 7 things done, and then I'd realize that there's like, oh shit, I forgot about wrapping all the presents.
Yeah.
For every single child on the planet.
All right.
Oh no.
Let's start it.
You
Okay.
just don't wrap them, and then you'd be like, "We're saving the environment, children."
Yeah.
Put a
outside the
box
box.
on all of them.
She couldn't put her finger on it, but there was a very strange energy in the air. Just as she was about to sit down and take a break,
Man.
there was a knock at the door. Mrs. Claus rushed to answer it, only to find
Okay,
a
it
group.
wasn't a phone call. It's not Murderman.
Yeah, only to find a group of heavily armed elves standing at the doorstep.
Elves!
It's
elves!
the films again.
These fucking elves! Mrs. Claus, we've come to take over Christmas, their leader shouted. Mrs. Claus was shocked and confused. What do you mean? Why would you want to do that? We're tired of being treated like second-class citizens in the North Pole, the elf replied. We want to be in charge of everything, from the toy production to the delivery of the presents, and we'll do whatever it takes to make that happen. Mrs. Claus couldn't believe what she was hearing. She had already treated all of the elves with kindness and respect, but it was clear that they were not going to be reasoned with. As the elves stormed into the house, Mrs. Claus knew that she had to do something to stop them. She quickly grabbed her trusty bag of cookies and began hurling them at the invaders. The elves were caught off guard by the unexpected attack, and they began to retreat. Mrs. Claus chased after them.
In droves.
Cookies flying left and right. As the elves fled into the night, Mrs. Claus stood victorious on the doorstep, panting and covered in flour. Why? They were regular cookies. They shouldn't have any flour anymore. She saved Christmas.
They're just regular fucking cookies?
They're flour cookies. Where after you're done baking the cookie, you put a layer of unbaked flour on the top of them. They're delicious.
That's just how she hypes herself up.
Yeah.
So people just get war paint. She just dumps a bag of flour.
Yeah,
on
she was so hyped.
She was like LeBron.
She had saved Christmas from the clutches of the rebellious elves, and all was right with the world once again. As she went back inside to finish her preparations, Mrs. Claus couldn't help but wonder what other crazy adventures the holiday season might bring. But no matter what came her way, she knew that she was more than ready to face it head on. The end.
Those are kind of weenies.
Yeah, it's just, all you have to do is throw cookies at them, and they were heavily armed. I was picturing they had like Christmas cannons.
Really needs to get on this.
Yeah,
I was
They
picturing
need
like at
their
least
cookie
like
game.
a bat, or, like spiked knuckles.
yeah, like
maybe
do something.
a gun.
Yeah, or like a
They could
present
probably make
cannon or
guns.
something. Yeah, like they could at least make slingshots.
Where the story went, the elves brutally murder Mrs. Claus.
That would have been a 5 for me.
That would have been a 5 for me as well. That's how it should have gone.
That would have totally surprised me.
Yeah. As it stands, I'm gonna have to give that one. I think it's right in the middle. I'll give it a 3. Not great, not bad.
Uh,
I like the
Rocket League
rebellious
1 was
elves.
nonsensical.
Yeah.
I think the best part was that there was heavily armed
2.5.
elves being bad, but that was more because we had already established the recurring theme of elves being the villain. I don't think that was really.
I like the throwing cookies as the weapon that just trumps everything. That's what bumps it up for me.
Is this a Murder Man origin story?
Yeah. Oh.
He's training himself so that he can overcome Mrs. Claus.
Wait, what did we rate the other ones?
Fuck, I don't know.
Rocket League was like
the only 5 was the hamster one. I know that. The Murder Man was very low.
Well
I gave it a 1.5. RJ gave it a 2, and you gave it a 2 or something like that.
It's probably on par with that. It's probably also a 2.
Yeah.
A lot of 2s. The AI didn't do great, but I did like the hamster one.
The
hamster one was amazing.
Yeah. I like certain things that I laughed a lot, so I don't want to begrudge the AI. It went better than I thought it was.
Very cool.
Okay.
Next, if we ever do another one of these with Murder Man, you have to tell it to write a story that makes no sense and also has Murder Man in it.
Yeah. Just at the end of the Murder Man prompt, just also it should be nonsensical.
Do you think you could do like a more of a back and forth instead of just giving like a couple sentences and then just telling it to like go crazy? If it was more like let's collaboratively tell a story like line by line.
Oh, maybe. I don't know about that, but like for the Murder Man one, I told it to continue. Like the original ending was, and so the reign of Murder Man continued, a terrifying reminder of the dangers that lurk in the darkness on Christmas Eve. And then I said continue, and then I continued the story. But yeah, it'd be interesting to like mess around with stuff like that, like being like, okay, like let's do a role play, and then like try and turn that into a story. Or maybe it would know what, that improv game where it's like one sentence each or whatever. Maybe you could get it to do that.
Yeah.
That would be dope.
Like a back and forth.
Oh my god.
Where you can still feed it details and then it can kind of take those.
And then it runs with you. Yeah, I'm gonna look more into that. I'm gonna see if I can get it to do like the improv thing. We're coming up with a story cooperatively. But anyway, that's the end of my segment.
All right.
That was really funny.
Are you ready to rumble?
I am.
I guess.
You better be.
Oh yeah.
I laughed so hard on that.
Yeah, I love the reading nonsense stories as a segment because it's just like I could just laugh at the nonsense.
I was like, haha, the hamster became a slime monster out of nowhere, and then the children loved it.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was so much funnier.
I love that story.
Begged their parents to go see it.
It was so funny because I was like, I was messing with that prompt for a while, because it kept like saying stories that were where the story was about nonsense, not that the story was nonsense, you know what I'm saying? So the story would be about Christmas nonsense. And I'm like, no, I'm saying write a nonsense story about Christmas. So yeah, it took me a while to get that one to work, but I'm glad I did.
Yeah, the effort was worth it on that one.
Yeah. All right.
Do you want to tab over to me?
Oh shit, sorry, I forgot you have a screen. That's my bad.
Yes.
Yeah, we're over on your side now.
All right. So I forget when we last did this, but we did a little game where I had these two try to identify some popular food items based on only the description from Wikipedia.
It was very early. It was definitely first 5 episodes.
And then I think we both got caught up on Hot Pot because that's something that doesn't exist out here.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I still want to try that. I still haven't.
Yeah, it made me mad.
Yeah, I want to try that.
I see those places all the time.
We gotta go back. We gotta visit Ryobi again.
It's like a Japanese Korean thing. That's the other thing. It's not even like unique to one.
And Ryobi was so surprised. Like it's like
yeah,
he acted like it was super normal.
Well, I think it is where it is.
In Detroit or something. Maybe it's like a bigger city sort of thing because it's definitely like an occasion. Like you don't go just by yourself to go do this thing. It's like a group activity.
Yeah.
I've only had it like twice. twice, I think.
Kind of like the
So,
same way
I
as
haven't
like
even had
Peking
that much.
duck. I feel like if you get Peking
Yeah.
duck, you're doing it as like a
God, I
a
have to have
group.
Peking duck
Yeah.
again in my life.
Oh, I love Peking
It's
duck.
been I haven't had Peking duck since I was in China.
I made it.
And
I made
I'm
it
mad
once.
about that.
I made it once from. I think I might have talked about
Was it
this in the
hard?
Yeah,
first
you told.
episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you told me about it.
It was hard because like the pancakes with Peking ducks are made so thin that you have to like roll it out multiple times, and then you have to like get it to slightly cook or something, and then you have to like put a fork in it when it's like got the air bubbles and like is separate a little bit, and then you slit it in half with like a fork basically and rip it in half. So it's like it's thinner than the thinnest you could roll it out. You basically roll it out as thin as you can, and then you split that in half. That's how thin it has to be.
How the fuck do you even do that? That's wild.
Yeah, it was
Way too much
very
effort.
hard. Yeah. Yeah, if I was gonna make it again,
That's tasty,
I would get the pancakes pre-made. I shouldn't have made the
Yeah.
pancakes
I
from
have no
scratch.
idea. I've looked for like Peking duck pancakes, and I've never like seen them in a store. So
Maybe you do have to make
you
them. I bet you could get them
yeah,
in an
you
Asian
could
market
probably
though.
order them online
Yeah,
or
Yeah, or
like
an Asian
find them
market.
at an Asian market.
Yeah.
Yeah, just visit somewhere with like a Chinatown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we do have even though we're a relatively small, Michigan city, we do have an Asian market. I'm not saying we as in me and RJ, but the city I live
No,
in
you
has
own
that.
it.
Yeah,
Well,
I actually own it.
you also border the third largest, third
Yeah,
or
yeah.
fourth largest
Yeah,
Michigan
but
city.
it's in Ipsy. It's not.
Yeah.
Whatever. Come at me. I'm in Ipsy. Come find me, bitches.
Don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll not tell you where I live because you have a much higher chance of finding me.
Yeah, there's a lot less people where he lives. He's
Alright.
the only one. He has to be the mayor and the sheriff. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And the owner of the Asian market. Okay.
Yeah.
So this
Everywhere
is
you go, it's just RJ in a different disguise.
yeah, he just has a bunch of different hats.
I'm a shopper pissed that there aren't any like Peking duck style pancakes in the grocery store that I run.
I want to be the manager. Wait a minute. I ordered for this store.
Yes.
You just yell at yourself in a mirror for 15 minutes. This is an outrage. How do you not have this stocked?
RJ would get very good at DMing and doing character voices.
Oh yeah. Not that he isn't already.
I'm not.
It's like the equivalent of like going to
Horrible
a
at
foreign
DMing.
country
No, I
to
think-
learn the language.
Definitely, I think one of the things I need to get better at DMing with is something that I don't think would be helped a lot by going insane.
Are you struggling to DM? Try going insane.
Try completely divorcing yourself from that. Have you tried?
Oh, oh my god.
Have
Sorry,
you tried
Ryan.
completely disassociating from reality?
I'm just
You
trying to
said
keep up.
disassociating from Ryobi segment. Okay, Ryobi. Go ahead. We're
Alright,
derailing
yeah,
too
hold on.
much.
Let's rein it back in here. Okay. Yeah. Guess the food, but also I've altered the rules a bit, as I will now show you. And I'll read for RJ because I'll take a bit to catch up. So rules amended from last time. Basically, I was like, oh, what are some like Christmas dishes that are from other countries? And I'm like, I've never heard of most of these. And guessing random non-English names is there's no way you would get some of these. So I kind of had to tailor my expectations and the rule set a little bit. And also I picked it's a mix. Some are easy, some are hard. You'll see.
These aren't really rules for us. They're more like rules for creation.
But
Yeah, and you.
it's good to
I've
be
explained-
clear
yeah.
about them. So we know.
No. Skip it. I want to get straight to guessing. No info.
Have you guys seen my hat yet?
Oh.
I haven't. That's cool.
Oh yeah.
Why didn't you do that at the start?
I
That's
thought.
pretty cool.
Well, I didn't want the people at the beginning to just get it for free. You got to listen to some of the podcasts first.
Okay, sure. Basically, we're gonna alternate between guessing the name of the food based on its description, or the country of or where I give you the name of the food and the description. You have to guess what country it's from. Okay, good. Okay, question 1. Blank sauce jam is a sauce or relish commonly served as a condiment or
Okay, I'm
side
already
dish with
confused.
Thanksgiving dinner in North America and Christmas dinner in the UK and Canada. There are differences in flavor depending on the geography of where the sauce is made. In Europe, it's generally slightly sour tasting, while in North America, it's typically heavily sweetened.
I thought we were supposed to
Cranberry
give
sauce. It's cranberry sauce, right?
this one. We're doing in turns, right? And also, I thought we were
I
giving the.
don't honestly. I don't care about this being competitive. I think this is not really a quiz games kind of thing. This
Interesting.
setup. But yes, it's cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
Easy
Bam.
one to start.
Oh yeah.
What do you guys actually like cranberry sauce?
Yeah.
I don't really do fruit on meats or savory things.
I don't
I like
really like the
cranberry sauce.
texture.
Yeah, that
And
too.
the stuff out of like a can, I definitely don't jive with. It just kind of schlorps out, and then it's like still got like the imprint of the can
Yeah.
on it, and I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah, that's the best. I love it.
Even if
that's
we're
the
not
good stuff. Okay.
even if we're not keeping score, do we want to trade off questions just so like, you know, we each get a chance to answer some questions essentially?
Yeah. All right. So George, you can guess. You can guess first. How about that? Next
Yeah.
one.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm assuming you also knew that was cranberry sauce, though, from the get-go.
I was confused. I thought we were supposed to guess the country of origin.
I told you we're going to alternate. So the next one is going to be.
I didn't hear the alternate.
It's going to be a food you probably don't know the name of, but I gave you the name of it, and you have to guess the country of origin. So starting. So it's going to alternate.
Interesting.
Which is also why it doesn't really make okay. Because then George, if we alternate, then guessing who's going first, then George is going to have all the country guessing ones, and Arj is going to have all the food guessing ones.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it just I don't know. Give each
Let's just
other
go to the next one and we'll
give each other
figure
a
it
chance
out.
to answer first. Yeah, I don't
No.
really I thought this was interesting. Is like I didn't know this is a Christmas thing at all anywhere. I only thought this was associated with Thanksgiving. So, but it's also a very well known food here. All right, number 2. Riz à l'amande or riz à l'amande is a traditional blank dessert.
I would guess
served
French just by the
Christmas.
language.
Can you let me finish reading?
Sure. If you just want to read paragraphs at us, that's fine.
Julafrocost. It is made of rice pudding mixed with whipped cream, sugar, vanilla, and chopped almonds. It is served cold with either warm or cold cherry sauce.
Like the country of origin is just going to be on like 99% of it's going to be based on the word. Like
I mean, it's maybe you've heard of the food before.
Sure,
because maybe I'm just not worldly.
Yeah, sure, that's possible. But like, assuming just like you, we don't know the word, then our guess is going to be almost entirely based on the language of the
good
word.
As fuck.
Yeah, this dessert rice is not something we really have a lot here.
Yeah. So I would say French based on
France is incorrect. That is the French name in parentheses. This dish is not. At least it's not a Christmas dish. In French.
Interesting.
Arthur, you got a guess?
Frocost.
Yeah, Julafrocost. That's enough. That is a that word is also in the country of origins language.
Okay.
So that's their holiday meal.
Interesting.
That sounds either Germanic or Nordic. What do you think, George?
Something to think about is who celebrates Christmas.
It's definitely North Germanic type of area, I would guess, like Scandinavian or Dutch or something.
Denmark?
Norwegian? I don't know.
Oh wait, I also forgot. I can show a picture before I show the answer. But it kind of looks like goopy vanilla ice cream.
Interesting.
That's not like vanilla ice cream that's not melting.
Yeah.
I bet it tastes better than it looks.
I bet it's
Finland. That looks really bad. It looks like it looks like cottage cheese.
Yeah.
Which is disgusting.
But
I
mean, it just looks like rice pudding.
Really good.
Which I mean, I've had rice pudding. Yeah, so
rice pudding slaps.
I don't care for rice pudding. It's got the weirdest texture.
It's like sweet oatmeal.
Yeah.
All right.
Except I think the texture is even weirder than oatmeal.
It's like food.
Wait, do you like oatmeal?
I like oatmeal okay. But like, I don't find the texture of oatmeal that weird, but I find the texture of rice pudding. It's like you can like it's like there's like there's like
rice in it.
Yeah, exactly. There's like soft chunks in it, which soft slimy chunks, and I just don't like it. Miss me with that texture.
You know what? I kind of I like instant oatmeal, but like when it's like oatmeal at like a hotel pre-breakfast, that's kind of gross. I don't know what's different about it. It's like
I never get it at a hotel.
It kind of triggers my gag reflex a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think
I've never gotten it at a hotel, so I don't know what my opinions on hotel oatmeal is. I've only ever had instant oatmeal.
Yeah, you're fine. Stick to that.
Here's a little question about instant oatmeal. Does anyone know why why they bother fucking selling like each flavor in 2 packages when like each package is like only like an ounce of oatmeal, it seems like.
Yeah.
There's almost nothing in it. I've never ever eaten just 1 package of oatmeal.
I used to eat 2, but now I only eat 1. It starts to like, I guess, kind of also trigger my gag reflex if I have to eat a lot of it for whatever reason.
It's still not like 2 is just a small bowlful.
I don't know. It's
it's enough oatmeal.
Yeah, I usually will like, like an oatmeal, a coffee, and like a muffin or something, and that's fine.
Yeah, make a thing out of it.
Yeah,
I love coffee. Coffee's good.
Oh, I love coffee and muffins. Coffee and muffins are like some of my 2 favorite things to consume.
George, best muffin flavor, go.
Blueberry. I know it's basic, but blueberry with some streusel.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin's okay.
Yeah, I don't mind a pumpkin
muffin. I think I like banana nut. Chocolate chip is I'll eat anything with chocolate chips in it. So
chocolate chip is great.
I think blueberry might be my runner-up.
Blueberry's good too.
Blueberry's very good.
I just did some baking. Like April helped me, but I just did some baking again recently, and I made a loaf. I don't know if you guys knew this, but it's basically a loaf is just a muffin, but in a loaf pan. It's like virtually the same dough. And so I made a pumpkin, not muffin, but loaf with chocolate chips. So that kind of combines your 2 answers.
Now, is that different than pumpkin bread?
I don't know. I made like I basically just put pumpkin muffin.
I'm guessing it would be
in like a dough, texture-wise, but yeah.
But it basically tasted like pumpkin bread. I don't know if it's the exact same thing. It's probably a bit sweeter, and
Now you said. Did you say you liked banana nut muffins, Roby? Yeah, I'm not sure if I've ever had a banana nut muffin that wasn't like shitty banana bread.
Interesting.
But that could be just I've never had a good banana nut muffin.
I've
only had like really shitty store-bought ones.
I guess so. I think it's more like
banana
it's
chocolate
close
chip
enough
muffins.
to banana bread, and banana bread's pretty good. So
yeah,
I don't think it was a shitty version. It's just an accessible version.
Banana bread slaps.
I prefer banana chocolate chip muffins.
No.
I mean, anything with chocolate chips, I'm all over.
Yeah. I'll add chocolate chips to anything.
Kind of the opposite for me. I'm like,
I'd add chocolate chips to
skip that chocolate chip. Skip that chocolate chip.
Yeah, that's because you have
care for it.
Because you have a weak virgin stomach.
Yeah.
No, RG's stomach is just fine.
No.
There's also certain things that I think taste straight up like, even without like my stomach condition accounting for, straight up taste better without chocolate chips.
Well, I think
some things are fine.
I think like that's like I'm
that a lot of people.
I guess I don't know, but like I would guess like things that make me sick, like you can't then unbias your taste.
That's true. That's
like,
true.
So it's like I don't think that's truly an unbiased taste, but that's just me, a chocolate chip absolutist.
Wait, were you saying that like if you already
pancakes are I think the worst thing to put chocolate chips in that usually get chocolate chips.
Excuse you?
Pancakes?
Yeah.
I don't usually see them in...
Pancakes.
Oh, pancakes.
Chocolate chip pancake. What is wrong with chocolate chip pancakes?
Are amazing. Yeah. Well,
How dare you?
He gets sick by chocolate, so it's like being like asking or it's like a lactose intolerant person or like someone who's allergic to peanut butter being like, I don't like peanut butter. It's like, well, yeah, but you're not exactly unbiased. Get out of here.
Yeah, I guess. Like, I recognize that like pineapple stuff is pretty good. Once again, pineapple seems to trigger my gag reflex for whatever reason. Like the flavoring is okay, but like if it's chunks or like
I have
whole
this
pieces,
I have
I
this
can't.
weird thing with
I can force myself, but it's like it's not pleasant. I can't turn it off on my brain.
I have like this weird thing with like citrus things. I think I may have even brought it up before, but like with like lemonade and stuff, that like I'll start getting like phlegm and shit in the back of my throat if I drink lemonade or like sometimes
Really?
even eat enough like lemon stuff. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I just get like phlegm and like it's not.
Are you allergic to citrus?
I get like a little
I don't
bit of
know.
that.
That doesn't
I
sound
kinda-
normal.
Yeah, I know, it's so weird. It's especially with lemonade. If I drink a lemonade, I'll get more stuff in the back here. I'll get more phlegm.
Citrus allergies are a thing.
Yeah,
I feel like
maybe
I feel like I
I
know
don't
what
know.
I feel like I know what you're talking about, but it could just be like I always feel like I have like a kind of like coating in my mouth whenever I drink something like very sugary.
Yeah.
Usually,
Not
and
you
like
do have a coating. It's acid trying to tear your teeth apart.
That's cool. Yeah, so maybe it's a little different.
So-
Maybe
so I've-
Ryobi's
yeah.
right, and I'm just like have a mild citrus allergy
you
thing.
might-
yeah.
I don't know. I'm not. Anyway, RJ, do you want to? I like this conversation we're having. Do you want to guess though? This is kind of more the vibe I'm going for.
Interesting. No, yeah, I'm vibing with it.
Denmark?
No fucking way. Yeah, it's Denmark.
Yeah.
I told
You
you.
waffled for so goddamn long. I was like, there's no way.
You said we were in the right area when I like Nordic or Germany, and I'm like, okay, what's between the Nordic places and Germany? It's Denmark. That's
Yeah.
what's between those two places.
All right,
Yeah.
I gave too much away. I was like, yeah. I'm like, just think about who celebrates Christmas, which is kind of the case for a lot of these.
All of Europe, the entirety of Europe,
A lot of Europe does. So
Yeah.
the entirety of Europe, and also like
and colonies.
like
Don't forget the colonies.
yeah.
Pretty
All
much
right.
almost all of the world that is secular or Christian celebrates Christmas. I feel
Yeah,
like.
here's another softball.
That's
There's
probably a
lots of
generalization.
people in like China and Japan that celebrate Christmas too.
Yeah, that's what I said. I
At
did
least
say
it's like
Yeah.
that fits into what I said though, right?
The reason for the season.
Yeah.
Roughly.
All right, so blank is a chocolate confection. Generally consists of peppermint candy pieces such as candy canes and white chocolate on top of dark chocolate. It is especially popular around the Christmas season.
Oh, is this just peppermint bark or is it something more specific?
Boom, bang, boom.
Hey.
Peppermint bark.
Yeah.
I love this shit.
Yeah, it's really good. It's amazing.
Peppermint bark is really good.
I don't like it when it has peppermint or chocolate in it.
my parents would get the Ghirardelli squares.
Yeah.
Ghirardelli makes really, really, really good peppermint.
Yeah, it's mass produced, so it's like
it's mass produced, so it's not as good as
like making it yourself.
Yeah, it doesn't have the
properly good stuff, but
Even
as far as like mass produced like
it's pretty good
mint candies go, it's pretty much it's on that upper edge along with I think Andes mints taste really good.
And that Hershey stuff, right?
I fucking hate Hershey's.
I think you're gonna
Hershey's
say like
plain milk chocolate bars. Tastes like vomit every time.
Yeah. Hershey's is the worst.
Oh, I was gonna say though, I think like if you just make, I'm not like, it's not even worth saying, but like if you make something yourself, you just get that bonus to taste it like automatically that comes with the pride of like making something yourself. I feel
like.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I kind of prefer that.
That's why you can't buy yourself a homegrown tomato.
Sorry.
What if that's a poll from RJ's top Spotify Wrapped, which I came across.
Yeah.
Tomatoes. What a song. I don't think I really understood any of what that song was talking about.
I have not listened to music.
Talking about tomatoes. What do you mean?
Why is there a song about it?
Is there-
Why are
Because
they suddenly the
tomatoes
best
are
thing in the
nice.
world?
Tomatoes aren't that nice.
He didn't
Tomatoes
even
are
cook
okay.
any. He didn't even like add chocolate chips to them.
Mm.
I don't get this. He didn't add any chocolate chips.
Would
This
you
doesn't
eat a
make any
whole?
sense to me. Where's the chocolate chips in this song?
Would you eat a tomato like straight up,
No,
Yeah.
no. I'd eat an onion though.
like an apple?
I'd eat an onion like an apple way before I'd eat a tomato like an apple. Come at me.
Both onion and tomato, eating something like an apple, or eating those like an apple, both sound equally unappealing. I think I
Yeah,
would throw up in both cases for different reasons.
I'd much prefer a tomato.
and I much prefer an onion. We're the whole spectrum. Ryobi hates both. I hate tomato.
somebody
RJ hates
both.
onion.
Not the whole spectrum. We're missing somebody
Oh, yeah.
who does eat both of
Both.
those things like.
I don't want to
they're
meet that
apples.
person. I don't want to meet
It's
them.
the other Ryan.
It's Terrare.
Cool.
Yeah, Terrare would.
Who the fuck is
That video
Terrarium?
keeps getting.
Terrare would just
Salmon-
swallow all 3 items. I don't think he would even chew.
Did
Wait,
you
is that
see
a
that
DN
salmonella,
is that a D&D
salmonella guy came back though?
monster?
Yeah,
No, I'm thinking of the
I was so
Tarrasque.
excited.
Yeah, but now his old videos keep getting recommended to me in YouTube's. I keep having to look at Terrari's stupid fucking face.
Who the fuck is Terrari? I thought you guys were talking about a Tarrasque. That's so
No.
There's some.
Terrare's some like French dude from like way back when that
He had
had
some genetic defect that made him always hungry.
yeah.
And he had somehow his life story got recorded, and it's a hot mess from start to
Yeah,
finish.
Interesting.
yeah.
That's
He's just
interesting.
an unfortunate human, and I hate that I know who he is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the more
Yeah.
you know.
Last thing about peppermint bark. Apparently, this. Oh, do you want to know? Do you want to guess what country? Well, you don't have to guess, but what country do you think this came from?
Sweden. No, wait. Too close to the other one. I'm gonna go
Germany or Switzerland?
Ooh, Switzerland is a good guess. I'm gonna go Austria.
Peppermint bark in this iteration as it exists is a United States thing.
Oh.
Wow.
Chocolate bark, like sans the candy cane mint pieces. Chocolate bark, there's like a French version that's loosely related, but in terms of like peppermint bark as a thing.
What about peanut?
It's a,
What about peanut brittle?
USA. USA.
I don't know about peanut brittle.
I never think of anything as coming from the USA in terms of food.
Dude, we just had 2 layers of chocolate and then chopped up candy on top. If that's not like United States cuisine, I don't know what is.
Wait, I
It
was
reminds me of
gonna look
something.
it up.
There's something.
You don't
There's something
have peanut brittle then,
I
right?
found out
I
that
don't have peanut brittle.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna look it up.
Saganaki was invented in the United States.
What's that?
The Greek dish where they have like there's like this piece of cheese and they light it on fire and
Okay.
they put it out with like lemon juice or something like that. It's pretty sick.
What are the other
It
ingredients?
was invented by like a Greek person who was living in America. So, at least
we
to
still
my
take
knowledge.
that. That's ours.
But it was invented in America.
Hell yeah. Wait, so is that the entire dish, or do you put it on something?
That's the entire dish.
So it's a piece of cheese that you light on fire and extinguish lemon juice.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a lemony piece of cheese, and you serve it with like pita bread.
Oh, okay. So it's like topping. Okay.
Yeah.
Peanut brittle.
I tried that.
A brittle has basically like has so many origins, maybe even
Everyone's got their own version,
independent.
kinda.
Yeah, it's like such as the pastelli in Greece, or the sohan in Iran, or the
Yeah,
croquant
I ran
in
into
France.
that. You'll see.
Yeah.
With the more common stuff, everybody's got their own version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best part about God, what Saganaki was that when the server comes out and lights it on fire in front of you and they yell "Oppa" when they do it, which is
So you've had this.
that's the best part.
Yeah, I've had that too.
Well, and eating it.
When
Oh, I
that
wanna
you're
try
talking about the Greek thing, right? Where they light the cheese or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that. Yeah.
I want to try.
It's good. But then I don't
really
like
good.
most of the entrees at a Greek restaurant.
Yeah. Greek is the worst Mediterranean food.
Yeah.
Oh,
No offense
Every
to
other-
any of the
does
people,
that just
but
mean the other options
it's
are
not my
that
cup of
good,
tea.
or
Yeah.
I'm not a huge
Or
fan
it's
of
just
Mediterranean in
don't care that
general.
much for
Except
feta
for
cheese, and they
Italians.
put it in fucking everything.
Mhm.
wait, you don't like feta?
Not that much. Not
Okay.
really.
Yeah, I'm
It
not a
can be
huge
overdone,
feta.
but I think feta's fine.
Like
I'm not a feta head.
my wife gets it on pizza all the time, and it's fine.
Yeah,
Like
it's
I'll
good
eat
pizza
it, but like
Yeah.
I'm not crazy about it.
Yeah, I'd prefer the pizza without the feta on it.
I
Thank
prefer
you.
pizza with chocolate chips.
A little teaser for corrections. I have a cheese correction, so
Okay. Do you want to share it now or no?
Let's share it now.
Oh, fine. We were talking about last episode about farm program, and then we were like RJ remembered making pizza from scratch, and so did I. And then RJ remembered making the cheese from scratch, and then I couldn't really remember one way or the other if we did that. And then Ryobi was kind of skeptical of it because cheese.
I thought cheese takes a long time to make.
Yeah, cheese takes a long time, and it's kind of like a spectrum thing. I found out, like, so, like, obviously, like things like Parmesan, like the harder cheeses, like they have to age for like a matter of months. But like you can make like I found a recipe for like a homemade.
Mozzarella is super fast, isn't it?
Yeah, like the softer the cheese, I think the quicker that it is. I'm not a cheese expert, and I found a recipe for like homemade easy whole milk cheese that was done in like 2 hours. So
damn.
So we probably made that.
yeah, or something similar.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good cheese fact.
Ooh,
just like
yeah.
just like a general rule of being like hard cheeses take a long time.
Yeah. So like
I think I also heard
some.
some way. This I heard much longer ago, so not particularly substantiated. But I believe it was Americans who started putting meatballs in spaghetti.
Oh, that sounds like it would be true.
Or maybe it was meat sauce that we started, or something like that.
Meatballs were traditional, but they had never just ground up the meat and put it in the sauce.
Maybe one of the two.
Yeah, that needs a correction.
Possibly both.
If we can
But
claim meatballs,
I think we eat a lot more meat than Italians do.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
So like I imagine they had a meatless or like low meat dishes that were like, let's fucking meat it up.
Yeah. Like we're probably one of the most carnivorous countries in the world, I would imagine, aren't we? So.
Just by size, or I don't know. I feel like China's probably got us beat.
Yeah, it depends. Well, I mean, like per capita.
Yeah, per capita. Like per capita.
Who do you think consumption? Like, I bet we're very high on the meat consumption. Because sure, there are some like fads, but I feel like they're very niche. Like veganism. Like there's a lot of they're a small, very vocal minority, but I don't think there's like actually that many vegans in the U.S. Like as a percentage of the population. I think
there's definitely more vegans here than other places.
Maybe, but like some people are like way more culturally vegetarian, or like not necessarily culturally vegetarian, but like vegetarianism is a lot more common in certain cultures.
Have a lot are a lot like more likely to have like vegetarian meals, not for the sake of being vegetarian, but just because that's how they make food. Like
yeah, it's not a vegetarian option. It is no, this dish just doesn't have meat in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas in America, we're like, food,
meat in it, crazy.
Gross.
There's no bacon or anything.
Candy.
Yeah,
there's candy. There's food with the meat in it. Those are the only two options.
Yeah. There's candy and meat. The two food groups.
You want grease with that?
Yeah. I don't know. That also needs a correction. I would like to see like meat consumption per capita. So we got some corrections coming up.
Yeah, we have the meats, as Arby's want to remind us.
Yeah.
Speaking of meat, in 1970, the manager of the first KFC restaurant in this country began promoting fried chicken party barrels as a Christmas meal intended to serve as a substitute.
Oh, I saw this.
American turkey dinner. They marketed the party barrels as a way to celebrate Christmas, a holiday which lacked widespread traditions.
Am I guessing first? I think it's either.
I think you can if you have an idea.
It's Asian. I know it's Asian. I think it's Korea or Japan. If I'm remembering the same story, I think it's Asian. And then maybe I'm misremembering.
I had never heard about this. I had found out about this through just Googling.
I saw a thing
Christmas
that was
food.
like Christmas KFC, and then like it's such a tradition in that country now that like it's like kind of a
Yeah,
tradition to get KFC on Christmas. I can't
yeah.
remember what
Yeah,
I forget
country.
if it's China or Japan.
Yeah, it's China, Japan, or
It's
Korea.
one of those two.
I just
Yeah,
ah, close
remember.
enough. It's Japan.
Japan. We both said Japan.
yeah.
And I have this. Look at this little.
Yeah, I've
I
seen that. I've
I
seen
just
that.
looked
Yeah.
up. I just looked up meat consumption per capita,
Uh-huh.
and according to Wikipedia,
Are we close to the top?
and
Or am I a fool?
and a 2019 um and the 2019 like I don't know
Data?
data, although it does say that the 2019 data might be from an unreliable source. 2019 we're at the top. 2017 we're beaten out by Hong Kong, but that's Hong Kong's the only time Hong Kong's data was ever taken, so I don't know.
Interesting. So maybe Hong Kong
And
is the one place
that's
in the
only
world.
according to one source.
But yeah, so me and RJ we're correct. We are like we're basically the kings of eating meat in the USA.
Yeah, you want to. Yeah, you got.
And like it's so funny that like I know I don't want to turn this too political, but like certain people will complain about like, you know, oh like the woke left taking over and meat everyone's gonna be vegan or whatever. They're taking away all our meat, and it's like, bruh, we're the top meat consumers in the world. Calm
In
down,
2000 and 2002, we were fifth.
buddy. Ooh,
That's rookie numbers.
So if anything, we're
Denmark,
consuming more meat.
Denmark, New Zealand, Luxembourg, and Cyprus both had
Cyprus.
more. Yeah, and Cyprus both had more per capita consumption of meat than the United States in 2002 or any of the other years I'm seeing listed.
Wow, they went crazy on meat that year. Maybe they had like some sort of crop problem that just caused, you know, like like uh plant food to become more expensive and like compared to meat or something.
Maybe KFC did a killer marketing campaign.
Yeah.
America sticks around at about 120-ish kilograms per person.
Interesting.
Like all throughout that time period, maxing out at 124.8 in 2002
Hmm.
and bottoming out at 120.2 in 2009. So not a lot of variation, but like
Interesting.
if let's see, I'm sorting by 2017 right now, and like in 2017 Luxembourg only ate 80 pounds of meat per person.
Hmm. Interesting.
Is that per year?
Huh?
Is that number per person per year? The estimate.
I don't know if it's
If it says per
year. I
capita,
just say kg per person. kg/person.
and if it's showing you year columns, I assume that's per person per year.
Yeah, I assume it's per person per year.
Is that a lot? I feel like I definitely eat more than that.
Yeah, I definitely do. I definitely eat more meat than
Kilograms?
the average person for sure.
Kilograms? Maybe
But across
not.
a year, I gotta.
I don't even know how
I would
much
imagine.
120 is in pounds.
I think
It's
a
about
kilogram is like
2.2.
2.2 pounds. So
It's 264 pounds, 120 kilograms.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just like you eat a large person over the course of a year. Yeah, I'd probably do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard
In
to
just
measure.
meat though?
I mean, I eat a
Yeah?
shit ton
I
of
don't
meat.
know.
Every meal, I have at least
On a good year.
at least half a pound of meat. That's not true. At least a
Yeah,
quarter
that's what
pound
I'm
of
thinking. I'm
meat.
thinking about in terms of like how much do I eat on like a daily basis? It's probably like at least half.
Yeah, I probably eat about a half a
Pound.
pound a day, I'd guess, of meat.
I guess that's only gets me halfway in that case.
Yeah.
That's like 365 divided by 2.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah,
We gotta get to the bottom
it's
of
not as
this.
achievable as I think it is.
Yeah.
Oh well.
All right.
Oh
Yeah, that like if you took us in like across an entire decade, like it wouldn't even be close, I bet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, you mean like average? Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I thought this was interesting because we had just not I don't think it was last episode, but a couple episodes back, we had done like a thing about. Well, I had done a thing about like products that failed.
Oh yeah.
And I thought this was interesting. It's like this is the exact opposite. They started a national tradition through this
Yeah.
advertising campaign. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's
hey, you
crazy.
like just like the Americans, and this is how they do Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they just hit it at the right time where there's like, as it stated, people were like interested in like oh, this is like a cool holiday, and you like see it in media and stuff, but like the country didn't have really traditions of its own,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they just happened to do it at the right place, right time, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw a YouTube video about this or something a little
Yeah.
while ago.
Yeah, I'm kind of it's cool, but also like I hope KFC's better in Japan than it is here.
Usually
Yeah.
any like because
Yeah.
like our like
The
the
FDA sucks.
Yeah, the FDA fucking sucks. So like if you eat anything in the EU or Japan, it's usually like has to be better legally. They're not allowed to just feed them the swill they
just
feed
better
us.
Yeah.
quality ingredients, yeah.
Yeah. We
Like,
probably
yeah,
we
KFC, like,
probably
that fried
have
chicken looks different.
we probably
Mhm.
have the worst food of any developed nation.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would
I
guess.
mean, what? Not average. We have the worst present, but we know it's bad, and we also avoid it unless you're going to McDonald's. Like
Sure,
some
but
people here.
anything you buy, like it would just be better quality in the EU for the most part. From what I've seen.
Certainly our fast food is the worst.
Yeah, our fat. That's what I'm
Yeah,
Is
saying.
the
yeah.
worst
Our
it
bad
could
stuff
be
is
in any
really
developed
bad.
nation.
But like, I think
I think
you can
grocery food is probably also the worst in any
Yeah.
developed nation.
Yeah, like our grocery food is also like anything that the FDA regulates is gonna have virtually very little that
Actual regulation.
that they can't do. Like it's like if you
Yeah.
look at the list of the things that the EU regulators say you're not allowed to add to like cologne, and then you look at the list that like US regulators say you can't, it's like thousands more that the EU is like, yeah, no, that can't touch our body or our skin or our lungs, and the US is just like, well, if you want to make money, fine, whatever.
I remember seeing something where like the EU operates on a policy of prove it's not poison.
Yes, exactly.
And America operates on a policy of prove it's poison.
Mm-hmm. So it's just like, and then they're underfunded. So like even if something is poison, it usually takes some time for the FDA to be like, hey, this is poison, stop selling it.
Yeah.
It's like
Not to talk about work, but I was about to say, like, I don't think it's that bad. But now that I'm thinking about it, like, one of my major like things I had to do at work was like work with this system of like regulations that were like about limiting dangerous substances in like metals and lead and stuff in products.
Mhm.
And I'm now realizing that we care about it because we wanted to sell in EU because it was a European regulation.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like
So
if you look at the
yeah.
lead timeline, it took like the US to take lead out of shit versus like the rest of the world. It's like,
And that's the thing, like some people
crazy.
don't care. Like people want lead in stuff because it works. It's a health hazard, but it also works really well for what it does.
Yeah.
Like if you're like doing anything government or military, they like sometimes ask for lead. Like they want lead specifically. They don't want the substitutes because it's like not as reliable or whatever.
Yeah.
It's similar thing with asbestos is like that's why it was in fucking everything.
Because it was
And like
effective.
really big asbestos mines were still open in like the like late 2000s.
Yeah,
because
Sounds like
because it's a fucking it's perfect and
Yeah.
like
it's good at what it does.
in
It's just
terms of
incredibly unsafe for people.
efficacy,
Mm.
it's a fucking miracle substance.
Yeah, it's just
It just also
kills us. Slowly.
it's also super good at giving you cancer.
It's also
Yeah.
super good at killing you over time slowly.
Yeah.
All
Anyway,
right.
what are you gonna do?
I think we should move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
All right. Here's another guess the thing. This is kind of to jump back to what you were talking about. This cake has a bunch of different varieties. Everybody's got their own versions. Often associated with Epiphany, which is like the not Christmas, but like the day after Christmas. This form, yeah, blah 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 blah, a bunch of different varieties. Sometimes a fev or a figurine, often said to represent baby Jesus,
Did
is
you?
hidden inside, and then you cut it up the cake, and then whoever gets the little thing in their slice is like the winner.
I'm so confused. So you said Epiphany is the day after Christmas, but then it says January
No,
6th?
I said it's not. It's a day. It is a day after Christmas. It's January 6th.
Oh, a day. Okay, I'm so sorry.
Like biblically, it represents like the three wise men like visiting
Oh, I see. Okay.
baby Jesus.
Okay. I've never heard of
It's
this,
like
but
a
this
week
sounds
after,
cool as
or 2
hell.
weeks. Do you have a guess at the name?
No.
No.
All right, I think I've heard of this. I hadn't heard of the name, but this is called. How about this is this is the photo, and this is like the little baby figurine. You'll see it in a second. It looks kind of terrifying because it doesn't have a face. But this is known as king cake or three kings cake.
I think I might have heard of that. That looks
sounds
very
familiar.
much just like bread.
I've never eaten. Yeah, it's like a sweet bread with like frosting on it. And stuff. Well, at least the variety that I had. So there's like Louisiana has like a special version, and then everyone and their mother, like Portuguese, obviously they have like the Portuguese sweet bread. I think they have a tailored version of that. Yeah, bunch of different versions.
I've never even seen Portuguese sweetbread. I'm way behind.
Like I guess my hometown had a Portuguese community, so that's probably why I know that about.
Yeah, mine did not.
Yeah.
At least not one that I was aware of. We had a K-Town.
Yeah.
Shout out to K-Town.
Have you guys ever done?
We had what?
K-Town, Koreatown.
Oh, did we?
Not you. It was in LA.
Oh.
You didn't.
Oh, in LA.
Yeah.
You were still growing up.
Well, growing up is I'm still growing up. It's a journey.
You're not hot pot yet. Exactly. Good answer. Good answer. Good answer.
Oh. But yeah, the cake looks
sound like
nice.
a fun thing though. Like sticking a little plastic bit.
Bet LA has.
Yeah, I don't care about the plastic bit, but I like the idea of just like a sweet bread with frosting on it. That sounds dope.
I feel like LA is so big. There probably is at least a small Portuguese community somewhere there.
I wasn't hanging out with them. They weren't inviting me to parties or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did get kicked out of a UCLA frat party for being too young. It wasn't. I mean, yeah, I was like 17. It wasn't very eventful. I was just making out with my then girlfriend all night, and then this guy came up and was like, "You guys are adorable, but you got to get out of here." I was just like, "Okay."
Thank you.
Weird that you guys went there in the first place.
Well, with we weren't dating yet. It was like the thing where we got together. It was like New Year's 2015. What a simpler time.
Damn.
But yeah.
That'd be so much funnier if you were already together and it was like.
That's what we're doing as a date.
Hey, you want to go to this college party that we're gonna get kicked out of?
Oh yeah.
And just see how long it takes.
Yeah. Anyway, enough about my personal life. King cake, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think another variation had like an almond. I think maybe like the French version had like an almond that they put in the cake, and then whoever gets that in their slice, you get the thing. So it doesn't always have to be
cool.
A weird plastic
adds
baby.
like kind of like a game,
a
game-ish aspect to it. That's fun.
Yeah, I like.
I gotta say, this king cake doesn't look appetizing in the least.
I'd eat this.
I'd eat that.
Not the baby, but
not the baby. Yeah,
it's like sweet.
I want to eat that really bad. Actually, I think that looks very appetizing.
All right, but yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know if I would make this, but I think I would maybe try. I would consider doing like the hiding a little thing in the dough and then seeing who gets it in the slice when it gets cut up. That sounds fun. All right. So
it just makes me think of every like shitty store-bought pastry I've ever had.
Yeah.
No, but this is good. It's a good version of that. And it doesn't. And it has a plastic baby inside it. That's the best part.
Yeah.
Okay.
The shitty icing and sprinkles are not convincing me that that's a good version.
That's homemade icing. You can tell in that photo.
Yeah, it's homemade icing. You're talking out of your ass right now, RJ.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what you're talking.
You can still fuck up homemade icing.
No.
You can. If you're confident enough to do homemade icing, I feel like you probably have it down though.
Yeah.
All right.
No one's ever fucked it up.
This
Oh.
refers to a type of baked rice cake from blank that is traditionally cooked in a terracotta oven lined with banana leaves and is usually eaten for breakfast or as merienda, mid-afternoon snack. I'm probably not pronouncing that word right,
Is that
especially during the Christmas season.
is this
This
is this country of
bindinga.
origin?
Yeah, we're guessing country here.
I
Because
know.
I don't think you've
like
heard of bindinga.
Banana
I know
leaves.
it's well.
Where
I
the
guess I
fuck-
don't know. My strong guess is that this is Latin American.
Yeah, that's where
I'm just-
bananas grow.
I'm just gonna shoot. I'm just gonna take a random shot.
You know
I'm gonna
merienda?
No,
Okay.
but I assume that's Spanish. I'm gonna assume it's not Brazil. I'm gonna say I'm teetering between Ecuador and Peru. I'm gonna say
Hold
Ecuador.
on, I think I can do a photo. Doesn't this look tasty though?
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
When I
gonna
hear-
say-
when
no,
I
I'm
hear
gonna say
rice
Peru.
cake-
I'll say
Cuba.
Peru. Oh, Cuba's a good guess. I think you might be right.
Wait, is it Cuba or Cuba?
I think that's how they pronounce it. Is Cuba.
Oh,
Cuba.
interesting.
That does look good as shit.
Well, I think this one was a bit tricky. You were kind of in the right ballpark, but at the same time, geographically still a bit off. So this is Philippines.
Okay.
Philippines, yes.
Remember,
Like
Interesting.
you
I
said,
alluded to
like,
colonies earlier.
this is
Yeah, that
this
makes
was,
sense.
that
No,
you were
no.
kind of in the right ballpark. I immediately was like, oh,
It's a
it's
colony.
like Pacific Islands.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
The other place you might
Christianity made
find
its way down
banana
there. Don't
leaves.
you worry.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, this sounds tasty as hell.
And
I
you might
haven't
more
I don't know
likely
anything
find
about
terracotta. I'm not
Filipino,
sure.
Filipino cuisine,
Mm-mm.
but I don't think this is the same. This is obviously not the same thing, but like I don't know. Wrapping things in banana leaves, I feel like if you're doing that, you're already on kind of like the right track. I've had like empanadas one time.
Yeah.
Those are pretty tasty. And this is like a sweet rice cake sort of thing.
Yeah, it kind of looks a bit like cornbread, which
We're-
I'm fucking messing with some cornbread right
makes
now.
me want to eat it.
Was I
What?
talking to you guys when
Love cornbread.
someone asked me recently what the language of the Philippines was, and I said that I guessed that it was
It's Filipino.
Yeah, Filipino, but with an F, like
Yeah,
Filipino, and I was right.
yeah.
But I don't think that was you guys, since you guys already
Nope.
knew that. It must have been my dad. I think it was my dad. Sorry.
Mm.
I think there's a decent amount of English speakers there too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Get
Yeah.
this off my screen. I'm getting so hungry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I only got a
This
couple.
is
I got a couple
watch
more.
the
I don't know how we're doing on
Food
time.
Network.
I think we should
Uh,
probably maybe.
Oh shit, hour 40. Okay, speed run time.
Yeah.
This is a vague term used for this is name the dish. Once again, everybody's got their own version of this. Sweet and savory cakes containing a sour, sweet, creamy layer of honey, fruit, and nuts. In later times, rum or other distilled alcohol became often added to enrich the fruitiness of the flavor. Vague term used for a class of dishes.
Pie? Wait, no. Wait.
Think specifically Christmas.
Fruitcake?
Oh.
Is this fruitcake? I've never had fruitcake.
Yeah, it
You're
sounds like
close
it
with
could be
fruitcake.
pound cake. I don't know. I don't know what any of these things are. Pudding,
You're close with pudding.
treacle pudding, Christmas pudding.
I think for Christmas pudding is technically another name for it. This is figgy pudding.
Oh, figgy
Figgy
pudding.
pudding.
Okay. Yeah.
Have you had this? I've
I
never
don't
had
think
this.
figgy
I don't
pudding
think
is
I
a
have.
cake.
I don't know, dude. I didn't call it a cake. It's the vague term used to describe as it's incredibly vague, but yes, the difference between fruitcake and like bread pudding and figgy pudding is like I think one is baked and the other is steamed, but the
Interesting.
ingredients can vary
Figgy pudding is
widely and often
steamed.
overlap. Yeah, the pudding is
I
steamed.
believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually recently saw a video of a guy who did he does like he cooks like historical dishes.
Interesting.
And he used a World War I figgy pudding recipe.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
like
boy.
that was meant to be sent over to the lads in the trenches.
Interesting.
Was it good?
How does
He
he
said
know?
it was.
It's a video.
He said it was actually pretty good.
Interesting. I don't know if I would trust
He
any
said he
recipe
liked
from
it.
that far
He
back.
said
I
he
don't know.
liked it more than like the regular like Christmas pudding.
Hmm. Interesting.
What was the difference?
Nothing.
It completely didn't have any like butter or eggs or something like that. Like the
Those seem
stuff
like
that was super
major
hard to
ingredients.
the stuff that was like super hard to pick up,
Oh, at the time.
during the war. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, they adapted the recipe.
Interesting.
When something calls for eggs, I feel like you can't just remove eggs and have it still turn
Yeah.
out okay. But I don't know. I'm not a chef.
Yeah. Nor am I.
All right, we got to roll here though.
Yep.
I got 3 more to have round out even 10.
Okay.
Okay. So stollen is a bread. This is once again, everybody got their own Christmas bread. This is a fruit bread of nuts, spices, and dried or candied fruit, coated with powdered sugar and icing, and often containing marzipan.
Is this fruitcake?
No, stollen is the name of the bread.
Oh,
Guess
fuck.
the country.
That really sounds Northern European, like
Yeah.
Norway maybe. I don't know.
The
Who
picture will
does
have
marzipan?
maybe the picture will help. I feel like I've seen this in stores. I didn't know it was called this.
Or maybe Netherlands, Holland, maybe.
Yeah, Netherlands,
Yeah,
Holland.
maybe the
That's
Netherlands.
what I'm thinking.
The Holland.
So this
Or
is also
have we
called
said the right answer?
Christstollen.
Are we just guessing until we get it right? Okay.
I haven't heard it yet. This is
Okay.
also called Christstollen, and then
Iceland.
another word that I can't remember
No,
because
it's
it's
more
not English.
Is it Slavic?
Is it?
No.
No, probably not.
Is it Austrian?
Close?
Austrian,
Swiss?
German?
Swiss?
It's Germany.
Oh, it's German. Wow. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So the other name is Christstollen, as you can see in the photo, and then Weihnachtstollen.
Oh yeah, if you had said that one, I would have guessed German right away.
I think it's Stollen. I've been calling it Stollen. I think it's Stollen. That's my fault.
Interesting.
That looks good as shit too.
Is
I'd
Germany
fucking
have-
have.
It's not like hard.
I'd eat-
It's like
I'd eat-
soft with like raisins and stuff.
I'd eat a good chunk of that.
I
That
eat
looks
that.
yummy.
Is Germany Northern European? Does that count?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know,
Germany's
dude.
Northern European.
I'll take it. I'll take the dub.
That's about as north as you can go in Europe without going
It's a safe
Baltic
bet for
Yeah.
Christmas.
or
For
English.
Christmas.
Yeah. I could have. Another guess I might have made is Belgian if I had thought of it, but I didn't.
I mean, Austrian is basically like this, really as close as you can
Yeah.
get without getting it.
Yeah, I really guessed everything but the right answer, like in that area. It was just like surrounding Germany without guessing
Scattershot
it.
approach.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've seen this. I haven't had it, but I want to try it.
Yeah, it looks very
But
good. It
We
looks
gotta
delicious.
fly here.
Yep,
Okay,
yep.
this should be an easy one. Rich,
We can
chilled,
fly
sweet,
to
dairy-based
Germany so we
beverage.
can have some Kristollen.
Episode 21 will be live from Germany.
Dude, I wish.
Oh,
Made
that'd
with
be
milk,
great.
cream, sugar, egg yolks, and whipped egg whites. This is had throughout
Oh, this is
Canada, the United States,
eggnog.
and
This is
United
eggnog.
Kingdom.
Yeah.
This is eggnog.
Whoop, whoop.
Opinions on eggnog.
I like it
think
as a
it's
flavor, but I
disgusting.
don't.
Drink it.
I don't like it as it by itself, like as a drink, but I like it as a flavoring.
It's sweet, frothy, thick milk.
Yeah.
I understand the appeal, but it's not for me.
Like I like eggnog ice cream or like eggnog lattes, but I don't like eggnog, the drink.
Yeah. I couldn't say for sure because I don't think I've not had enough experience with any of that to say for sure.
Mm.
But George saying eggnog ice cream, I'm like, that sounds appealing. And I'm thinking of drinking eggnog the drink. I'm like, doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
I'm in the same camp.
Yeah.
I don't even know if like that's part of this is also I don't drink like liquor a ton. Like adding like whiskey or something like that to it. That makes it worse for me. That doesn't do anything for me.
Oh yeah.
And that's how a lot of
Yeah.
people enjoy it.
The guy was watching, a bunch of the things he makes has some kind of like liquor as part of the recipe.
But I mean, if it's a drink recipe, then you're gonna feel the effects of that. But if you cook liquor, then it's different because it's like you're doing it just for flavor.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But yeah, moving on.
Yeah, last one. This is 9 but harder. It's another drink. Hot milled cider, ale, or wine and spices. And this is part of an ancient English Yuletide tradition.
Wassail.
It is wassail.
I just watched a video about this by that guy.
RJ did some background research. I did not think people would get no wassail.
Yeah, well, I
only know this from
video
that
today.
song. Here we go, a wassailing.
Yeah, apparently you'd you'd I think the origins is like you'd pour this on like
Your dick.
your apple trees.
Gross.
Your like apple trees and like to like have them like grow better and stuff, and then like it kind of like became like it kind of like became like a festivity kind of thing. And when when they say here we go a wassailing, that kind of refers to like people would go around like singing Christmas songs and
Yeah,
stuff,
doing
and
door-to-door stuff.
yeah, going to people and basically being like, "Hey, give us some alcohol, please."
Yeah. Interesting.
Let's go a beering. Give me some beer.
Give me
Is
some
Yeah,
what
fucking.
pretty much.
wassailing,
Give me some
the verb
fucking
is.
alcohol, loser.
That I don't know if I would even like this though. I think I don't know.
No.
Between
No
this and
one would.
eggnog, I don't know if I would actually like either of these.
I
Eggnog
like
is
hot
meh.
cider.
I feel like it's cider with extra steps and stuff
I
mixed or
prefer
something.
cold cider. Hot cider.
I mean,
I feel like I'd rather
I prefer cold cider too.
I'd rather drink
But
hot cider, but I'm not. I wouldn't really drink
always
cider.
I prefer everything cold. There isn't anything I prefer hot.
Yeah, that's true for me as well.
Pancakes.
Cider might drink wise.
Oh, excuse me.
Actually, that's one thing
I
that I
prefer
think
hot
I
food
prefer
and
hot.
cold
Pancake
drinks.
batter.
There's one thing that I think I prefer hot, and it's specifically black coffee. Is the one type of coffee that I think tastes better hot.
Cold
If
black
there's
coffee
any-
sounds abysmal.
Exactly. Like if there's any ingredients in it at all,
Cold
then I
black
would
coffee.
rather have it. Then I would rather have it
Whoa.
cold.
Turkish coffee.
I don't know what.
I've never had
that
it
is.
cold, but I'm guessing it would be terrible cold.
Interesting. Yeah, just any black coffee for me. I'd rather do it hot. I mean, I could do it either way, but I'd rather do it hot. But then any other coffee, if you have any milk or sugar or any ingredients at all, then I'd prefer it cold.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and we can talk about food apparently for a long ass time.
Oh yeah, baby. Okay, RJ.
Yeah, good
Best.
stuff. But we should move on.
Okay.
I can't believe you got wassail so quick. I mean, I guess you did just watch a video on it, but
Yeah.
funny timing.
I was waiting for it.
You
I
knew I
heard
would
it.
have it.
I was like kind of wanting to talk about it, and then you described wassail. I'm like, hey, that's wassail, right? I like my Segi, my little Segi.
Is it about wassail?
No, it's not about wassail. It's just Christmas traditions. I think like what are some kind of like Christmas traditions you had growing up, and what are your kind of current Christmas traditions, if any?
Mm.
Do we talk off with movies?
What?
Do we talk about this off the podcast with like what Christmas movies we watch? Because I feel like we did.
Well, that's kind of just Christmas movies.
A little bit.
Okay, yeah. My family's only one that like we actually like still that I would call a Christmas tradition is like we watch the live action Grinch.
I just watched that today. Well, I didn't finish it because I came up here to prep the podcast. But before I was doing the podcast, we were watching the Jim Carrey Grinch.
Oh, dude.
Grinch.
Yeah.
My siblings and I can quote that, not verbatim, but quite a bit of it, just from however many times we've seen it. It's too many.
Yeah.
But that's like the thing that comes to mind.
I don't think there's ever been a Christmas where we didn't have a Christmas Story playing pretty much on repeat.
I've only like seen bits of that movie. Yeah, I don't like
It's
Christmas.
so good.
I don't like
Is
Christmas.
it?
I've only seen bits, but I'm not crazy about. My Christmas movies are Elf, Home Alone, Santa Claus Now. I saw it last year, but I like that one. And then obviously the one we just talked about, the Jim Carrey one. And then also another one I just watched recently that I really like is Klaus or whatever on Netflix.
Oh, that's
Klaus was pretty good.
I liked Klaus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give that a shot.
I watched that when it came out. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I watched it for the first time this year. It was
Yeah.
2019, I thought.
2019, yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. The fucking years are weird. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
I
2019.
can't pay attention to time.
But yeah, the art style of that movie is really good. It's like
Yeah.
it's it's a really accessible story, and I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was a good movie.
Did you say you have a favorite, George?
Favorite of those 5, probably Elf. I know it's like basic, but I'm a
No,
huge
a lot
fan
of people
Elf.
like Elf.
Yeah,
Elf is definitely not the worst Christmas movie. I have to like, if it's in the background, I'll be like, oh yeah, haha. But I can't sit down and watch it just because it's too awkward.
yeah. I love
I think
awkward. I mean, that's
think
why I
we
like sitcoms. It's like
Yeah,
I love awkward
it's very much
humor.
Office
this
stuff.
could be
Yeah.
a memory I'm totally making up.
You've
But I
said it on
think
the podcast.
we saw it in theaters, and I had to like walk out of the
Oh, you
Yeah.
definitely did
walk
tell
out
us
of the
that.
theater.
Yeah. You've said that
Just
before.
leave.
But that was hilarious.
When he's
I
like
had to walk out of,
singing, and then she's like singing in the shower, and then he just like walks in and also starts singing. I'm just like,
yeah.
stop, do not pass go.
Yeah,
Do not
that's the
collect
one. That's the
$1.
one. Like, I can do a lot of secondhand embarrassment, but even that one, I'm like a
The
little bit
next
like,
scene should be him getting
"Ooh."
arrested.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
how is this okay? Oh, but yeah, it was the 2000s. It was a wackier time. You just don't get it.
It was a different time.
It was a wackier time when like
You could walk into women's
You can get away with that.
showers.
yeah, it was totally cool.
Especially if you're an elf. I mean, they didn't have women in the North Pole.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had group showers in the
Oh God.
hot water.
I love that.
Alright,
My
is Die
favorite.
Hard a Christmas?
Oh, sorry. One more thing about Elf. My favorite
Oh, yeah,
scene
go
from
ahead.
Elf is the snowball fight scene, where he bonds with
that's
the
kinda funny.
kid. Oh, I
Yeah,
love it.
'cause he
It's a
doesn't
great
talk.
scene. Yeah.
My favorite scene from A Christmas Story is the whole fucking movie.
There's a
I love
kid with
every
glasses.
goddamn scene in that is gold.
The thing that I enjoyed that it has a narrator. I think that's kind of funny. But like, I don't know.
Oh, one movie I hate that I saw this year that's a Christmas movie is Deck. Is it called Deck the Halls? The one with Danny DeVito.
Deck the Halls is a Christmas movie. I don't know if it's the one with Danny DeVito.
It's like
Never heard of it.
Danny DeVito is just like this annoying.
Oh wait, is like
Neighbor.
neighbors competing?
Yeah, it's like neighbors competing, but Danny DeVito is just like this annoying jackass who keeps getting away with everything, and then at the end of the movie, everyone just forgives him. I'm like, no, this guy's a piece of shit. Fuck him.
Yeah.
He was
Fuck him.
he was like siphoning power from his neighbors. I'm like, that's straight up thousands of dollars in theft. And he like causes the guy's like car to get all like busted, and like sells him a car without him knowing, like without him agreeing to it. He thinks it's a gift, but it's him selling the car. And it's like, oh, he's just a piece of shit. Fuck that movie, and fuck the Danny DeVito's character. I like Danny DeVito. Don't get it twisted. But Danny DeVito's in that Danny DeVito's character in Deck the Halls. Fuck that guy.
Shit.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Oh.
My mom really loves It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
It's
April's
also
always
George,
trying to
can
get
you
me to
speak
watch
back to
that.
the
I've
India?
never watched it
Oh yes,
like
yes.
all the
sorry.
way through at an age where I could appreciate it.
Good
I,
call,
I
Robbie.
want to eventually, but
Maybe this will be the year.
Yeah.
well, probably not.
I can't believe
It's
I
a
didn't.
Wonderful Life.
I have to find a proper excuse to.
I want to watch Die Hard so badly.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
I haven't seen
No,
it, so I don't.
fuck no.
I don't know. I mean, it
I-
takes place on Christmas in a store,
It does.
right?
I don't. No, it's in like a corporate. It's in like a corporate headquarters.
Okay, yeah. I haven't seen the movie, so I thought they were trapped in a store. They are trapped, right?
They are trapped in a big building. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, but okay. The Nakatomi headquarters or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The Nakatomi building, I think.
Interesting.
I don't think it's a Christmas movie. Do you think it's a Christmas movie, Ryobi?
I think it doesn't matter. I would much rather watch it than a lot of other Christmas movies.
Yeah, that's true.
So if I could convince somebody who's like, oh, let's watch a Christmas movie, and they're like, oh, we could watch like the Santa Claus 2, or like, I don't know, something else I don't care about, I'd be like, how about Die Hard?
Interesting.
And then if I could somehow, I don't know,
I don't
charisma
know.
roll 20 to
I
get
think
that.
I think the
get
first
movie
Harry
that.
Potter is a Christmas movie.
It's
I'm not even capping. I think
Which
the
It's
Christmas
not.
scenes. I think the
are there?
Christmas scenes are so like the wintry Christmas scenes are so. Maybe it's that one, or maybe I'm thinking of
They're
the
very
second one.
thematic.
It's like it's either the first or
I
the
think
second
it is the
one.
first one.
Yeah, I think it's the first one. But the Christmas scenes are so long and Christmassy feeling that it feels like you could watch Harry Potter the first one as a Christmas movie.
Yeah,
Cozy.
it definitely has.
And they're all kids too.
Honestly,
Yeah.
the thing I don't like about Die Hard as a Christmas movie, it doesn't have the feel I want from a Christmas movie. Harry Potter, I'm almost more willing to accept because Harry Potter is very cozy. Whereas,
Yeah.
Nah, it's kind of.
Die Hard's uncozy.
It's
Die
not
Hard's
cozy,
the
but
opposite of cozy.
I
But what about that one Christmas or that one movie where it's like a
He's walking in barefoot on
snowman
broken glass.
murdering
That's
everyone?
cozy.
Does that count as a Christmas movie?
Which one?
There's like it's like this snowman it's like a horror movie where the villain is a snowman essentially.
Oh,
I forgot what it's
don't know what it's
called. It's called
called.
like
It
Frost
Does
or
count?
something.
I think that does count as a
I
Christmas
think
movie,
that does.
maybe.
Oh wait, do
Interesting.
you guys like Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah, sure.
That's a
Is it a
Halloween
Christmas
I
movie?
think
movie.
it's overrated, but I
Is it a
don't
Christmas
mind
movie?
it. Yeah, it's a Christmas movie. But I think it's a Christmas movie. It's a movie that you can literally watch on Halloween or Christmas, and it feels right.
Yeah, I like the. It's versatile. I didn't watch it as a
I think
kid,
it's workable. It's workable as a
but I
Christmas
think it's
movie.
okay.
Works
It
better as a
should
Halloween
be
movie.
seen on Halloween.
Yeah,
It's
I agree.
much better as a Halloween movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
But I think it works as both.
Yeah, like watching it as a Christmas movie, I think is
Is
maybe not
dumb.
necessarily stretching it, but like,
No more of a stretch than Die Hard is.
yeah, no more of a stretch than Die Hard is.
I mean, to be fair, the main character throughout the movie cares more about Christmas than he does about Halloween.
That is definitely true.
Hmm.
Just to play devil's advocate.
And the climactic plot of the movie is saving Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. So it works as both. I would
It's
begrudge
also
anyone
saving
for
Halloween.
watching it on either day.
Yeah, it doesn't have a giant slime hamster, but it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Oh. You know what's a great Christmas movie that April wouldn't let me watch all of? Which, like, April, if you're watching this, how dare you?
Wouldn't let you watch all of?
Yeah, we only watched the first two. It's like this old Mickey or Disney movie from like I think it's from like '99, and it's like 3 short stories. And the first one's like Donald. I think it's the first one. It's like Donald
God,
Duck.
I think I
Scrooge
might have
McDuck.
owned this on VHS.
Yeah. And it's like Donald Duck and the 3 kids like want it to be Christmas every day, and then it's like kind of like Groundhog Day on Christmas is the first one with the little ducks, the Donald Duck's kids or whatever. Well, I guess he's their uncle.
Oh yeah, it's like Louie,
Louie, Dewey,
something-
and
something
Stewie or
else
some
that rhymes
shit.
with Louie.
Yeah.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
And then the second
Yeah.
one is like
Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Yeah, that's it.
The second
I've
one is
never even
like
seen that movie.
Goofy and Alex. I can't even remember what
they
they
like Goofy?
do because April made me turn it off during the middle of this one. But I know they're like, Alex or is it Max? Maybe it's Max.
Max,
Goofy's
the
kid wants wants to get like this ripping awesome super snowboard or skateboard. I can't even remember.
Maybe I haven't seen these. Hold on.
Yeah. And then the last one is like Mickey gets. It's like the old story of like, oh, I got you a harmonica case for your harmonica, and like, oh, I sold my harmonica to get you a chain for your watch. That story.
Yeah.
But in
Oh
Mickey.
yeah.
Yeah. I love that Christmas movie. Very cozy, very Christmassy vibes. Like as much as I disagree with a lot of the things that the corporation Disney does, I do love me some old Disney.
Yeah. I think actually the one I had was old. Like
Even older.
yeah, even older. I have this like impression of like, although the like the one where Mickey and Minnie get each other like a thing for like
Christmas.
a thing that they stole to get them the thing
Yeah.
is extremely familiar.
Mm-hmm. It's a very famous. Like when I looked up like top Christmas movies of all time, it was in like the top 10. So it's like of someone's list, but like so it's it's a well known.
I definitely have this memory of like Disney characters skating on a lake.
Yeah.
And like,
Reminds me, I'm we don't do this. This used to be a thing. We also used to watch Charlie Brown Christmas all the time. We don't
I've never
really
seen
anymore. That was like a must do.
I've seen it a couple of times. It's fine.
that.
It's
It's
we used
called
to watch the Halloween one on Halloween too.
it's called Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. Is the name of the one I was talking about. Sorry.
So not. I think. Did we want to talk about something traditions other than movies?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
What other traditions do people have?
Do you guys go caroling ever?
No.
No.
I wouldn't
Although
call it a tradition. I have gone a
that
couple
seems like it would
times.
be fun.
Yeah,
like a walk
I
right
would do
nearby.
that.
Yeah.
But,
Except
yeah.
I also feel like if you did go out and do that, you'd probably have people scream at you.
Yeah, it's especially
Nah, it's really it depends on if it's an area for that sort of thing. Like
interesting.
Yeah, I don't
went
think
down to, like-
an area for that sort of thing exists anywhere near where I live.
No,
near
you just have to.
maybe
You
not.
just like. I feel like you just drive to the suburbs, like somewhere. Like
Yeah, honestly, it's like
any
if you just
suburb
drive
should
and
be
like
fine.
wait, look for a church with a crowd in front of it. That's
Oh
kind of
yeah,
how
yeah.
it goes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they
Yeah.
just kind of chill there.
You got to go to a big
Until
church
May.
town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you live in a big. There's like more churches than
Yeah,
people in
there's
your
a
town.
whole bunch of churches in our
I'm
town.
like barely
Well, no, then they're
exaggerating.
dispersed too much. Then
Like-
you just gotta pick one.
Like where
There's
I used to live.
There's like 15. There's like 15 churches in our town. Like 5 of the biggest are all within like half a mile of each other.
That sounds about right.
It was like literally like I could like walk from my house to like 5 or 6 or 7 different churches within like 5 to 10 minutes walk. It was crazy. Like I was like near downtown to that small town.
You basically lived on Church Street.
Yeah. But it's like it was crazy how many, especially for it's a small town, like under half 100,000 people.
And yet I've never seen a caroler or anyone outside of a church like
It's great. Yeah,
I
neither
mean,
did I
it's
when
not
I was
singing
like,
walk- it's not
carols ever.
walkable.
yeah.
The whole point is to roam around.
I
As,
mean,
like, a
downtown
group.
Monroe's pretty walkable, but it's like there's not a lot of like the residentials are sort of like real spread out on
Yeah.
side streets. It's mostly like businesses in the walkable areas, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be in a walkable neighborhood in America, aka you have to
No
be
neighborhood.
somewhere on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. that
You have
that
to be in
tracks
one
then.
of 15 neighborhoods on the East Coast.
Yeah. Oh. But what we do for, I mean, I'm assuming all of us eat dinner on Christmas. But like we do after dinner we do like the Christmas crackers where you pull them apart, and then whoever gets like the big cracker part that has the toys in it or whatever, they won.
we do those at the start, and then we have to clear the confetti off the plates.
Yeah, we pull them out at the end. that's how we do it.
No, you gotta wear gotta wear the stupid paper crown the entire time you're eating.
I've always done Christmas dinner, but for me, the best Christmas meal is Christmas breakfast.
I'm much
And my dad usually would usually get up like a little early and make pancakes and stuff, and like we'd have like a nice chill breakfast and our PJs and like
yeah.
I don't know. Like Christmas breakfast is so fucking cozy, and then like Christmas dinner was always like, I don't know, boring family event that I didn't give a shit about.
Hell
Interesting.
yeah, RJ's dad. Pancakes are where it's at.
Yeah, I don't
Hmm.
remember us doing much for breakfast growing up. I think like we like would stay up late Christmas Eve, like opening a present and like hanging out.
Oh, you
So
guys
like
open
Christmas
like
Eve night.
one each.
Yeah, like we open one each on
Oh,
Christmas
you guys
Eve
are
night.
cheaters.
And we stay up late, kind of just like watching movies or like by the fireplace or whatever. Like we hang out as a family and stay up kind of late on Christmas Eve. So I think part of the Christmas tradition growing up was like to sleep in on Christmas. And then the first thing we did was just like everyone wanted to open presents. So I feel like we just kind of like ate like as we got hungry throughout the day, and then we'd have a big meal for dinner. We didn't
Yeah, you
really
kind
do
of
a
just
breakfast
grazed.
thing. Yeah.
I highly recommend doing a breakfast thing.
Well, we do a breakfast thing now, but
I find it very
I
pleasant.
honestly don't. I like it less because we have to like drive to a house, so we have to like get up early
Yeah,
and like
it has to
drive
be.
to.
You
Yeah,
can't. You have to wake up there.
yeah,
You can't drive there and then do breakfast. That fucks
yeah.
the whole thing up.
But to
The
me,
point
but
the
to
point of
me,
Christmas breakfast is that it's cozy and lazy.
You put on shoes.
If you have to put on shoes, you might as well not do breakfast.
You might as well not do Christmas.
well, I don't even like
You might as well just skip the opening presents part.
Might as well return all the gifts.
like for
Yeah.
me, I know I'm gonna gorge myself so much at night anyway, and then on top of
Yeah.
it, like the lazy, I think the laziness of Christmas morning even more. It's like I don't even want to like touch breakfast or even have to like think about it in any like real way. I'd prefer like if I had absolutely everything my way, then I think. But I think it's like our childhood shaped what we want, I guess, because
Yeah.
like I would, I would rather go back to that old tradition of like sleeping in on Christmas and then we wake up and the first thing we do is open presents. Like I
Mhm.
preferred that to what we do now, which is wake up and then we have to like go to a different person's house and then we go to another person's house, on Christmas.
That's the only thing.
Well, we go
That's
to
the only
Christmas
thing I.
Eve, we do someone else's house, and then Christmas morning we do a different person's house, and then on Christmas night we do a third person's house now. So now Christmas is just Christmas, and Christmas Eve is a lot of driving. But I think this year that's
Yeah.
gonna get canceled because blizzards are about to fucking wreck Michigan. So like
Yeah.
Christmas is
Yeah,
basically
they're hitting Christmas Eve.
and
So
it's gonna be
This is
bad.
no snow until there's a big bad blizzard on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, and so like like how we do that tradition, like I'll just break it down. Like usually it's my wife's grandparents on Christmas Eve night. That obviously we're not doing that. Like Christmas morning is at April's mom's house, and we're probably not doing that. And then Christmas night is at my parents' house. Or like depending on the weather, maybe, but we're probably just gonna like push celebrations to the weekend after or something. I don't know what's gonna happen. It'll
We're
depend on
probably
how
gonna
bad the blizzard
drive.
is.
We're probably gonna because we're gonna be going to my wife's family
Mm-hmm.
on Christmas for
Mm-hmm.
dinner. So we'll probably push through. It won't be the first time we've pushed through heavy snowfall.
Damn.
Um
Plow in your car.
yeah.
Hopefully it's not. When are you guys planning to go up?
Christmas, so probably like Christmas Day, like midday. Drive out midday. I think the blizzard's mostly hitting the eve, right?
Yeah. But it's staying like tens the whole time. So any snow that falls is probably gonna stay there.
Yeah, but at least it won't be falling.
By 10 degrees?
Sure. Huh?
10 degrees?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
10 to 15 degrees.
Yeah,
Low of 10, high of 15.
yeah. It's gonna drop. It's gonna drop
Yikes.
like 20 degrees. Like
Have fun
on
with
Christmas
that.
Eve.
Yeah. Well, actually, wait, Christmas Eve is the Saturday, right?
Yeah.
So it's the Friday it drops.
Oh
It's
yeah.
it's
It's
the day
Friday
before.
it drops.
So the snow comes in on Friday and through Saturday. It looks like.
So it shouldn't be too bad. There should be
I'm
plows that have gone out, and
Yeah. Well, maybe.
the plows should have time.
So traditions, or are we done with that?
Go ahead.
Yeah, like I think I mostly was like have breakfast and then like dinner would be at like 4 or something.
Mhm.
So like it was just those 2 meals pretty much on Christmas growing up.
Did you guys do anything specific for how you open gifts? I know he does the one at
Not really.
midnight beforehand.
Not really.
The eastern part of Wisconsin and the western part of Michigan is getting 12 to 24 inches of snow.
Yeah.
We're getting
That's something the place we're going is getting like 7 to 14.
Yeah. Like this map shows like basically all of Eastern Michigan. Like it's almost split down the middle. All of Eastern Michigan is getting 6 to 12. So yeah, that makes sense. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, good luck to you. I'm not driving anywhere near that far on Christmas with this weather, but I respect the tenacity.
The hustle.
Yeah. We're just moving shit.
Do we want to wrap up here?
Yeah.
There's another question of just best gifts that you've given, that you've received.
Interesting.
I think that's going to be a longer discussion than we
Have time for?
Yeah.
Maybe.
We could do
That's
that
true.
because
It is late.
the next episode is on the 27th, so it's like Christmas
And
is
that'll
still
be
in the
after
air.
gifts
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe we could shelve it. We can open with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll open with it or something. All right. Well,
We want to do our recommendations and corrections, or are we just gonna hop off?
No, I got one. I'll be quick.
yeah, I should do a Christmas
Quick
song,
vocab
which I
word.
didn't come up with yet, so someone else go first.
All right. So this, once again, Japanese vocabulary. There's not really an equivalent
You're such a
to.
weeb.
Sorry, what?
You're such a weeb.
Yeah, tell me something I don't know. Anyway, there's not really an equivalent to Merry Christmas. It's you just kind of say it with a Japanese accent, so it's like Merry Christmasu. But if you want to say something a little more like natural and like have a good winter break, have a good like holiday, it would be this. So it'd be Ifuyu Yasumi wo. So that first one, it's the word for good, and then and then fuyu is winter, and then yasumi, which you might kind of recognize from like oyasumi nasai, like have a good night. It's like yasumi literally means rest, and then wo is just a particle at the end. So it's like good winter rest.
Interesting.
But you already gave me the words for Merry Christmasu.
Merry Christmasu. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
you will be understood if you say that. Or you
so
might.
I think that's just what I'd go with.
So I literally
But
just.
if they don't celebrate Christmas, though, that's what you got to think about. Which they
Ah.
might not, because it's Japan.
Or just say Merry Christmas very loud and very slowly, so that I know they understand me.
And then I punch them right in their face.
And then you wave a flag around just to make sure they know.
So
'cause they
my
clearly don't know yet.
I came up with this just last minute on the spot, and I figured I should do a Christmas song. So I just
All I Want for Christmas.
the most basic I I could think of. I went with "It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas" as performed by Michael Bublé. I really like his rendition, and it's very popular.
Michael Bublé has a lot of he does good renditions of pretty much all the like classic Christmas songs.
Yeah, I love his Christmas album. It's probably my favorite.
I've been looking for and I cannot find a rendition of Winter Wonderland on Spotify that I think sounds right. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking for, but it's not whatever's on Spotify.
You don't like Michael Bublé's version?
Michael Bublé's version is fine, but it's like
it sounds like a cover.
It's unique.
Yeah, it sounds like a cover, but there isn't a single one on Spotify that doesn't sound like a cover to me. I'm like, what's the one that's playing in my head? I have no idea.
Interesting. Well, anyway, RJ, do you have a fact?
Not a very Christmassy fact. I probably should have come up with a Christmassy fact.
Nonsense.
For a brief period in the 80s, Pepsi had the 6th largest navy in the world. Technically.
Wow.
It was sold to them by the USSR to pay for a shipment of Pepsi.
What a very Russia thing to do, or USSR thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, the thing that they actually did with it was have it scrapped.
Yeah.
And
To
like they got
get
the money for the
actual
scrap.
money out of it.
Yeah, but yeah, it's wild that like it was like one of a couple kinds of ships and like 12 submarines, and that was the 6th largest in the world at that time.
Yeah.
Like
Damn.
That's more submarines than I have. I'm just saying.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it's more submarines than the vast majority of nations have. Even the vast majority of like coastal nations.
Yeah.
And then another similar military fact is that the 2nd largest air force in the world is the American Navy.
I have heard that.
Yeah, so have I.
We got a lot of stuff. We like our toys.
Oh yeah. Anyway, does anyone have any corrections besides the cheese one I already said?
We're kind of running long already.
Yeah.
But,
Wait, no, I don't remember what we said last time.
I got a quick one. Hopefully quick. Some animal facts. Remember we were talking about being trapped in a mall with a snake or a gorilla?
Yeah.
Snakes can climb pretty damn well if it's like a rough surface. If it's like a smooth wall, they're kind of boned. But if it's like a tree, they can kind of go to scoot their way up it because they can grip pretty well. Like this is also smaller snakes obviously can climb better because.
But can they climb upside down? That's the thing.
Yeah,
that's important.
That's the thing. Is that
they can if they can wrap themselves around it something, they can climb it.
But like it would be fine if they could climb. Okay, so if it's like a table where like at the top of the pole, it's just the center bottom of the table. Can they then grab the bottom of the table, then crawl to the top of the table? Because that would be the
no, they're not like geckos. No.
Okay, so then you'd still be fine.
Flat surf. That's a flat surface and like
yeah.
Unless they're long enough to like
somehow get you
basically
from like different
like
surface
raise
or something.
themselves up and like
just stand
their head around.
Yeah.
That'd be unlikely though, based on how from the table I'm imagining in my head that we probably are not all picturing the same one. Probably not.
Yeah. I feel like you could
Black
also just get
Mangabas
like
are pretty long.
You could also just get like a sword too. Well, like they could be pretty long, but they can't sit on the end of their tail. Like they can't stand their entire length.
You can just get a fucking gun, and then the gorilla won't be a problem.
No,
Well,
RJ, the
malls-
Walmart's across the street. It's not
yeah. Usually you don't see guns in a mall. But
No.
you'd see a novelty sword. I literally just went to a mall in
That's true.
near us, and there were novelty swords being sold in one of the stores. So you can definitely get a sword at a mall.
Yeah. A mamba is a mamba is on average like about 7 feet long.
Yeah, but the length doesn't matter. The standing height does, because
to
they
get
don't
enough
stand
of
on their
its
tail. They can't stand on their
Yeah.
tail like a point and go directly up.
Yeah, it needs to get enough of it around, like the lip of the table edge.
Yeah, but I'm wondering, like obviously with like a center pole construction, probably not. But with like near out to the sides, I wonder if they could like wrap around the side of a leg and like make the difference up by reaching.
Yeah, if it's not if the base is not going into the center of the table, if it's going to the edges, then they probably could get on top.
They can they wouldn't even need to stand on top. I just found out they can stand 4 to 5 feet, so they wouldn't have to. Like an average table is less than that. They could just bite you. It's fucked. Nah, this is making me think we should have taken the gorilla. This is bullshit.
Well, just don't sleep on a table in the middle of the food court, then, shouldn't you?
Yeah.
You just gotta adapt your strategy a bit.
Yeah, I still think if you just don't bother the snakes, they won't fuck with you. But a gorilla, if they see you, they will fuck with you. So
just don't step on them.
Yeah, you just gotta.
All right.
Keep your sight lines open, basically. Like, don't walk through the planter.
I saw this video of a gorilla fucking like runs up and grabs this dude and starts like dragging him along, and then just like drops him and walks away.
Damn.
I'm like, oh
Hey,
my god,
it's
like
just a
that's
toy
a
to
fucking
them.
one-way ticket to Browntown.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Speaking of gorillas, I had looked up some gorilla facts as well. So like
Ooh.
we said, oh yeah, snakes can climb pretty well, and as we just learned,
Uh-huh.
black mambas pretty damn big snakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Gorilla
They can
facts.
be up to like 14 feet long too.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
Gorilla facts. They can punch between 1,300 and 2,700 pounds of force.
Yeah, makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah, gorillas
That
strong.
might as
We
well be
knew that.
infinity to me. I don't like.
Yeah.
To think about this way, like when you look at a gorilla, you're like, yeah, it's big, but like we also have like big people too, right? But gorilla muscle mass density is 4 times higher.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So like if you
Yeah.
look at like a gorilla's arm and then it's like a human's arm, even if they're like of comparable size, the gorilla is that much stronger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Also, their top speed is 25 miles an hour.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just you're
You're fucked.
Again,
especially on
if
rough
they
terrain,
see you,
you're boned.
unless
You're
you're
boned.
right next to a door, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You're boned. Yeah.
Unless you can barricade unless you can barricade yourself in somehow when they see you, you're fucked. And
Yeah.
even if you can, you're probably still fucked.
Yeah, obviously, like as with any sort, pretty much every single other animal in existence or on this planet, we're the distance running champions. But in this case, it's chasing you. You're not chasing it, so that doesn't do anything for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Technically, like I think Usain Bolt's like top speed was like 27 something. So like Olympic athletes could maybe give an average gorilla or
Run
an average adult gorilla a run for their money.
Yeah.
But like you're not for pretty much everyone else.
Do you
you're
think
not.
either one of them would be fucked up by an escalator? Like, could we somehow use escalators to our advantage?
I feel like a snake would
Maybe
be.
if they were scared of it, maybe.
But I feel no, like a snake. If it tried to climb the stair part, a snake would just get fucked somehow, wouldn't it? I feel like.
I think they're bigger than they wouldn't fit. They get stuck in the grill.
Okay, maybe.
I'm just like wondering. I'm just like wondering how much would like moving stairs like throw them off.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it would
yeah.
scare them.
how
Maybe.
effective of a barrier? Like, if I'm running from a gorilla, can I go up an escalator and then it'll be like, yo, what the fuck, ground moving,
Also,
and then I can get
depends how
away.
angry it is. It may be too angry to notice or care that the
Hmm.
stairs are moving. It may just not even touch it and just like move on its hands and just like run up the railing and not even have its feet touch the ground.
I still think your best option is to just go to a supply closet and pray.
Yeah, that's pretty much your best
That was our
option.
consensus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, that's all I have for
supply
corrections.
closet and pray.
All right. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. If you did, well, this will be our normal day from now on Tuesdays. And yeah, I think that's pretty much
Unless we
it.
decide to switch it again. Haha.
No,
Always
not
keeping
allowed.
you on your toes.
Dummies.
No. Christmas miracle is we actually commit to a schedule.
Oh yeah. But yeah.
Happy holidays, though.
Happy
Thanks
holidays.
for tuning in. Don't get locked in a mall with snakes and gorillas, and
Yeah.
eat some good food, and don't choke on a tiny plastic baby that may or may not be in your cake.
Yeah.
All right. Merry Christmas.
You have to make sure if you get a cake on Christmas, always make sure to ask, is there a tiny plastic baby in this?
And what do I get if there is? What
Yeah.
gift do I get if there is?
Yeah, what's the prize?
What's
What do
the
I
prize?
get? What do I get for finding Jesus